for getting us in the frog fight.
Sounds accurate.
Gonna have Genbu legs for dinner instead of frog legs.
Oh. Okay, so here's to Earth.
Round.
Thank you. Jess and I did that skit in our, or we started saying that in our raid static the other day, and like nobody knew what we were talking about except for one person.
What are they all, 12?
I mean,
That's unfortunate.
sorry, this GM is messaging me and tagging me and shit. Weird guy. Anyway. Phone number. Hello? That was the apartment gate, so somebody's here. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, you fought some frogs and almost died, and combat took up just about the entire session, which was fun for me. There were 3 smaller frogs, and 1 giant clutch mother that all died because of your senseless actions.
One made it away.
One made it away with serious wounds, which it's probably going to die from, so good job with the genocide.
Frogicide.
What was that?
Frogicide.
There has to be a word for that, an actual word for that. Anyway, Papalimo, a Lalafell wearing a monocle and a broken staff that seems to perfectly fit him, showed up and used really strong magic to blow up the Frog Mother and saved your asses, healed some of you, and then led you to Vesper Bay. Vesper Bay is where the majority of you got your first sight of the sea. The bright blue expanse of the, I think it's it's not the Narrows. What did I call it? Fuck, hold on. I just had the name in my head.
The Infinite Sea.
No, it actually has a name. Hello?
Hello.
No Dustin?
Nope.
Is that why you're late?
He said he won't be around for about a month.
When did he say that?
He said that to me yesterday when I said, hey, how are you doing tomorrow?
But he didn't text us.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't have texted me either unless
Come in.
Unless I had messaged him. Hey, what's up?
Howdy, howdy. Why can't I remember the name of the sea that's next to Vesper Bay?
The Vesper Sea.
Oh, brilliant. Oh!
An extra eye.
Brett, that's what you should have it.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that.
Right.
Is Dylan coming?
Not tonight.
Oh, yeah, he's working.
Yeah, the only one we're missing right now is Eric, then.
Load the fuck up.
Buddy.
Welcome, Adam.
Thank you. How's everyone?
Annoyed that I can't remember the name of this
It's the
place.
Vesper Sea.
It's not though.
The Vesper base.
What are you looking for?
Oh, something to drink.
Refrigerator? Rotano C. There we are. Rotano.
Ah, there it is. Outfit.
Yeah.
Yes. What?
Yeah, the boatswain.
Yeah.
He got his revenge.
Don't kill it.
Chippy toes, Bob.
And then.
A lot of traffic?
Where are you coming from?
All down.
Oh, okay. Because I'm coming from like around the same place you are. Well, not today.
Traffic?
Like
Yeah.
Woodland Hills.
No. Like Granada Hills.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's always getting onto the 5.
It's
Is a yes.
Yeah, the 14 sucks. I mean, it could. So there's a smooth, and
Oh.
sometimes it's just really backed
The
up.
thing is, though, if I leave at 5:30, it takes me 40 minutes to an hour. If I leave at 6, it takes me half an hour.
Oh, yeah, old man. My old man did tour in Granada. I hope you survived.
Like really?
No.
Oh, no.
The Marines were in Granada in like the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I was born. My mom had me when she was 16. I mean, it makes sense in my family.
No, it doesn't.
No,
I
that
think
makes
Zara,
sense.
I think Zara got tired of seeing me finish all of my work early and stare at my screen for 4 hours. Because today she's like, "So tomorrow we're gonna have a big project that I'm gonna have you do." I'm like, "Thank you."
Good. I heard that they're changing up the work schedule. Maybe.
I just got an email about
Oh,
that today that they're going to potentially we're going to be voting on doing a 9:40 instead of a 10:40.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I'm in
10:40?
favor.
What do you mean? Like, you start at
10
10:40?
days. I'm sorry, 1080. So I was
Oh,
in 10
10
days,
days.
80 hours.
Yeah.
So now it'd be like 9 hours a day, and then you get a Friday off, and you get 8 hours on one Friday, and then the next Friday you get off entirely.
I like that.
I mean,
I do.
anytime you can spend less time going to work and more time not being at work, I know those are the same thing, but I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was literally the same thing that you just said.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm really sleepy, guys. Like, I'm kind of out of it today. I think
Me
I'm
too.
getting sick, or I think I am sick. I don't know. My body's just like, you need to sleep as much as you can today. And I'm like, do you know how much work I have to do today, body?
Oh, I came up with a cool idea for dimensions, so let me tell you later.
Okay.
Don't let me forget.
Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, frogs that you killed. So just recapping that you guys killed the frogs, got to Vesper Bay, Papalimo, told you that he'd pick you up in the morning, told you to go go rest in the local hotel motel, small building rest place.
Is there a guy named Big Ear there?
How'd it go?
Oh yeah, Nintendo Switch.
First one's in my total pyramid scheme, so got it.
Like what?
Total pyramid scheme.
That's what I was.
Yeah. Second one seemed to go really well. She seemed interested, but I think I'm like the first person she interviewed because she just started interviewing. So
Look,
just follow up. Thanks.
second one,
by the way.
Much better. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Sorry, COVID's never fun, but least you've
Not
gone through
on
it.
my ass, but yeah. Yeah.
I never got sick.
And the second one is Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, and on Friday you only work till 3 but get paid for the full day.
That's
Every
awesome.
Friday.
oh, I didn't know COVID gave you a symptom of ugly. When did that happen? Like,
We're talking about grown-up things.
Didn't know
oh, let me get out of this conversation. Never been that way.
If you want.
Any gym members?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So it seems like a lot of perks. So fingers crossed.
Why are you waving your Switch at me? Or my
Because I
Switch
need to
at me?
charge it.
Oh, okay.
That's how you charge it.
By waving it?
Yeah, kinetic energy.
I offered to Jimmy already. My mother made challah. If you guys want some,
It's real good.
It's on the counter over here because I'm not gonna eat it, and I figure Melinda's done with it.
You can have some.
There you go.
Thank you.
You ever have challah, Chris?
No, I don't think I have.
Delicious.
Set timer for 20 minutes. Beer in freezer. I'm
It's
confused.
all the time. I don't want to admit it, but
No, it
Oh,
explodes.
you're right. Beer does. It's
Beer
hard liquor
explodes.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't explode.
Alright.
So it can be in there forever.
What?
Hard liquor does, but beer
The
blows
hard
up.
liquor shouldn't. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, hard liquor you can keep in. The beer will blow up because of the carbonation.
Yeah,
Amphibicide.
the carbonation. What?
Thank you.
What?
Just set amphibicide in Discord. I don't know how long ago, but I just got the message.
Is that
8
doesn't
minutes
freeze?
ago.
That's one way to kill him. I would
You
say.
joke, Jess, but the 101 is a nightmare freeway out here.
By the way, welcome back, Jess. We've missed you in part of the group.
Aw, thank you.
I also realized I know nothing about you outside of this group.
But
I
almost
didn't know
a
you
month
had
ago, because we did the thing
I
talk
just
too.
assumed you had no life, and you went to the library and back, and you didn't talk to anyone, and we were your only human contact. Like most librarians,
How did you know that?
Pretty much.
Anyway, it's nice to have you back. Yeah, I hope your
I miss you
other
too.
family is okay, and oh, or maybe I should have brought that up. Sorry. Anyway, hope everything is well.
Aw, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay. We all set? Did you get a haircut again?
Kind of. Trim the sides up.
Yeah.
More than one cut. Am I right?
You sure you don't have any kids, John?
Kevin does.
Kingston.
That I know of.
Oh, you do have Kingston, yeah. Well, okay, if that means that he's allowed to tell dad jokes, then I'm allowed to.
Everyone's allowed to tell dad jokes. It's like it's not. If there's no beauty to be kept.
I don't know, I feel like there is.
No. Just to tell good dad jokes. Like Eric. Where's Eric?
I don't know.
Eric's busy. Like he has a notebook in a dark room. He's
Dude,
scribbling out.
All he
dad
does is,
jokes.
if I'm around him, there's not a day I've met him where he has yet to say a dad joke. Not a day. I don't kid.
There's not a day that he hasn't said a dad joke?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is he said a dad joke every time you've been around him.
Every
Pretty
single
sure
day.
for one in the
Okay.
D&D
Yeah.
chat every single day as well.
Never has he missed.
That was a
I'm
really
like,
weird way
oh my
to
God.
put that.
Some of them can be like killer, but a lot of them are like, dude, come on. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. So, you're in Vesper Bay.
Yeah, where are we?
Vesper Bay.
Lake, where are we by again?
The
Ocean?
Rotano Sea.
Ah, you got it.
I did. Thank you for that. Okay, and there's actually music for this.
You're still level 7, right?
Yes.
Actually, this is not the right
Comes when I
music.
pay attention. Actually, I usually don't pay attention to the chat, so I have to ask these questions.
Yeah, I noticed that, John.
I pay attention to the attendance chat. That's when I pay attention.
That's why I try to keep it clear.
I appreciate that.
You okay, man? Okay.
Thinking deep thoughts.
Very.
We're in
Yeah,
Vesper Bay.
I was thinking of the map in my head. What would y'all like to do? You've been dropped off at, it's a really small, it's nice. It's not like a shanty town or anything like that. It's an inn that is built from brick and mortar. And it's made of the same, or it's covered in the same like marble tiling that most of Vesper Bay is. I believe I sent a picture of it in the chat, or at least I sent a picture of what Vesper Bay looks like in the chat. But it was a while ago. So, do I have that image still? Maybe.
I'm gonna steal the mortar.
What about the pestle?
No, I don't want the ranged artillery.
Oh. I misinterpreted that.
So there's 3 different ways you could take it with that
Not
mortar.
that kind of mortar. Or that kind. Okay, well, you're in Vesper Bay. Looking around you, you see that there is a ferry that is apparently a ship going to and from
Okay, gotcha.
not fair, F-A-I-R-Y.
Well, maybe we
You
need
got
to
a
get
follow in the group?
see that you are here.
No, it's a ferry, as in a boat, that leads to Limsa Limensa, for those who are inclined. There is a large statue of a Lalafell.
So a normal sized statue.
An exaggerated Lalafell in the middle of the entrance square. There's benches all around. It's really clean here, which is surprising given how much muck and dirt is about, and the ocean or the sea is next to you. So it looks like they're taking great pains to keep Vesper Bay clean, clear, looking attractive to visitors. And it does act as a waypoint between the Castrum, which is to the north, and Castrum. It's not Meridianum, is it?
No, that's the big one.
You could say any made-up name and it would mean
No,
the
but
same
it
thing.
matters to me. I'll get to it.
I'll tell you the entire Twainfeld family's at
Meridian?
Castrums.
It's not Meridianum, no. That's before Praetorium.
We get snipped very early. Hey, when we're born usually.
Cape Westwind, but that's not the name of the Castrum. Well, oh wait, there it is. Oh, it is Castrum Marinum, like Marinum. Yeah. Not Meridianum, that's different. Marinum is this one, so like ocean, yes.
Hey, if you're not gonna marry on them, you might as well marry them. Marry them.
That was terrible.
Kevin will come up with the best jokes sometimes.
Yeah,
Kevin got pretty
at least
beat
he
up.
tried. That's the thing.
Took a lot of hits to the head from the frogs.
Wasn't pretty sick.
This is a waypoint between Horizon, which is where you were before this, the place where Genbu drove a chocobo carriage into a fountain.
And where Kevin defiled Jester Bucket.
So basically, this is a way station for the Garleans from the Castrum and for the Uldans from Ul'dah and the surrounding settlements. This is an area that is controlled by Ul'dah, that said. And it also happens to be an entry point for those who want to come to Ul'dah by sea. So this would be like coming from Limsa Limensa. Or
Is it the main port that would be attached to Ul'dah?
This is more or less the main port that would be attached to Ul'dah. Yes, because Ul'dah itself is landlocked. What?
Never mind. There's a joke.
Please tell it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to add that. Of course, for all my jokes, there's a background. So in the Soviet Union, you weren't allowed to make actual overt political commentary. So a lot of the way that people talked about politics was via jokes. There was a common theme, a common type of joke, genre of joke called Radio Yerevan, where people would call in and ask snarky questions to the DJ, and the DJ would have an even snarkier answer. So one of these jokes goes like this: someone calls into Radio Yerevan and says, "I'm concerned. Why did the landlocked nation of Armenia just establish a department of the Navy?" And the response was, "We're trying to spite Azerbaijan, who just established a Ministry of Culture."
What the fuck?
That's what landlocked nation. That's there you go.
That took you there?
5 minutes of yep.
All right. Poor Azerbaijan.
Your history professor is gonna riot.
I actually really do love your random facts. I'm not gonna lie. It literally was a random
pretty
fact.
random.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, I go to the bar.
They're all like those 6 degrees of Hitler Wikipedia facts.
Oh yeah.
Where it's you go on any page on Wikipedia and within 6 clicks on
clicks.
average you can get back to Hitler from something.
Oh heck yeah.
Whatever happened to Kevin Bacon then? It's like
That's the same
they
thing.
replaced him with Hitler? That's horrible.
Poor guy.
I wonder how close you could get to Kevin Bacon and Hitler.
Oh.
Well, see, I thought Kevin Bacon was the
For
in
movies.
person, I know someone who knows
Oh
someone
no,
who
I
knows
thought it was
someone who
if
knows
you're in a
Kevin Bacon.
movie with someone who was in a
Yeah,
movie.
that's
with
the movies. That's what it was. I
Right.
guess.
Whereas the Hitler's
Hitler's
just the
the
Wikipedia
genocide.
page.
Oh.
But it has to be the real, not the character.
Didn't Deadpool strangle Hitler back in the Anyway. So, what are y'all doing?
I go to the bar.
Do I need to be more descriptive about
We
things?
haven't rested yet, right?
No.
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 I'll go to the inn.
Hey,
It is.
is there a market around here, old man?
Who are you asking?
The old man who saved us?
I believe
I
it.
believe it's not there anymore. He went away.
Papilloma virus?
Hey, old man. Oh, man. I must have been hit on my head off. I swear he was still there.
It's probably a good idea for us to get some rooms, if possible.
Hey,
I agree with Sid.
I'll head for the inn.
Yeah, let's go to the inn.
I'll follow.
hey, you sure? I noticed you weren't doing much last fight. You okay? You almost sit out like you're missing.
Oh, I was just enjoying the show.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing you did, or you tried to do with your sword. I mean,
Yeah.
good job.
Thank you. I know, quite valiant. Yeah, I know. I'm just glad you stayed safe during the whole thing.
Right.
I'm-
Me too.
I'm just picturing a bored Sherman sitting in the back looking at her cards while Millie's getting eaten and Kevin's
Yup.
getting beat.
He literally got eaten alive.
Yeah, look at that.
Kevin almost got murdered by a frog.
Oh, look, the card says it's gonna happen.
Anyway, yeah, I think I'm with Sid. I think we should all go in town and get some, find some lodgings for the night, and then maybe we meet at the bar. Hey, maybe they're at the same place. They usually are.
He just took on a hairy affectation at the end. Did you guys hear that? They usually are.
Hey, excuse me, comp person on the side of the street. Hey, which way to where we can get some rested? Find some resting for the night.
You see her, she's just sipping a glass of what appears to be orange juice, and she's looking at a little suitcase next to her where she appears to have little vials of colored liquid, which she closes. There's an inn over there.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, well, why'd you just close up there? I saw some fine
Nothing.
colors. They look like little colors of liquid.
My collection. Please
Collection
leave.
of what? Oh, happy to leave. I'm just curious what they were.
Roll a persuasion check.
I am so good at persuasion. Actually, I forgot. I have a 2. 8.
8?
8.
I don't want to talk about it. You don't look like the kind of person who'd benefit from the information anyway.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right there. I can't say when someone's wrong. All right, hey. Thanks for the kind advice. If you need anything, here's our card. And I hand her one of our cards.
She reluctantly reaches out and takes it.
Yep,
And
that's
then looks it
right.
over. Like,
If you're in-
like just, the
If
fuck
you're in
is
any
this?
trouble, or you need to hire an adventuring crew, that's us. FFXIV. Anyway, you have a pleasant evening.
Thanks. And she sips her orange juice.
I slap her orange juice out of it. I'm just kidding. Head to the inn.
To the inn.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sneak up behind Kevin and kind of nudge him along and be like, Kevin, don't draw too much attention. You know, she's probably drinking orange juice for reasons. Come on, leave her alone.
Yeah. But this isn't the town where we're trying to be, what'd you say, inconspicuous. This is a town we could talk to everyone, right?
I would still kind of not offer more information than we have to.
Especially if they drink orange juice. Be very wary.
What is wrong with orange juice, Miss Judgy? I love orange juice.
Hey, I think orange juice is quite nice myself.
Why is she drinking orange?
Right. No, it's very good for breakfast. But there are certain known people who may or may not have a profession that requires them to consume vast amounts of orange juice more than normal.
Oh, yo, so you're an orange farmer, I see. Oh, I love talking to other farmers.
I'm not a farmer.
Oh,
Look, if you bring me more orange juice, though, I'll tell you what I was looking at.
Okay, wait. Why is she drinking orange juice?
more orange juice. Tell me what you're looking at.
I rolled a 2.
Looks like she enjoys it.
Well, Kevin, it seems that everyone has their own predilections, and it seems that hers is a juice of a citrus fruit that isn't quite too tart.
My husband, one of my husbands, he needs to drink more orange juice than the rest of us. I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, and who's this? What was that pedo lecture you were telling me about?
Okay.
She has
What was
certain
that?
pedo lectures. It's people who drink orange juice have pedo lectures. I don't know.
Election, yeah.
It's a really big word. Okay, Kevin is not going to understand that word.
Oh,
Okay.
Predilection. Is it predilection?
Kevin, it's been at least 3 days since I've had brandy. We need to go.
Oh wow! Hey, hey, nice meeting y'all. If I get any orange juice, I'll bring some out for you.
Then this morning.
Yeah.
It seems like a long time.
Look, when you're an alcoholic.
I know. Time works differently in the Feywild.
Which you're not in.
That's
Because
where
I
his
haven't had
heart
it yet.
is, and so that's
Yes.
that's the time frame. he
Not my heart,
follows.
it's not my
Your liver. It's where your liver is.
It's Feywild named San Francisco.
No, it's
Because your heart is.
no.
Yeah. Who was it that posted? You guys posted about the fairy coffee shop today, right?
Oh hell yeah!
That was y'all.
That's my new
Okay.
character.
I know I
arc.
saw it somewhere and it was funny. You're gonna be a fairy barista?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Harry's goal.
Fairy barista.
Retire and open up a cafe.
Okay. So. Why is that a SpongeBob gif?
I don't know, but I believe that's what Shervin's throwing down.
No, not at
Well,
all.
Nope. I know where she was going with it, but it's something completely different.
Was she going to the inn?
It seems
That's
to me
where
where
I'm
she's
going.
pointing Kevin. So yeah.
Yeah, we're all.
That's where I'm
sorry.
headed.
Yeah, we walk back over to the inn.
So nobody says anything when she says bring me orange
Oh no,
juice?
no! I said, yeah. Hey, if I get you some orange juice, I'll bring it on out.
Okay. So you head over to the inn. You see a. It's not super gaudy or anything, but there's a sign on the outside that says the Jewel of Vesper Bay.
Jewel.
There's an EL at the
Yeah,
end.
Jewel.
There
huh?
you go.
No, the e-cigarette of Vesper Bay.
No, I thought he said Jew of Vesper
No.
Bay.
No.
I'm like, calm down, Kanye West.
Oh yeah.
Is he saying anti-Semitic things recently?
Oh, he got kicked off Twitter.
Recently.
He said he was going DEFCON 3 on the Jews when he woke up.
Oh, he
Not
said the
DEF
Jewish
CON.
people.
DEFCON.
What the hell?
Yeah, and then he also went on Tucker Carlson, fucking
Oh,
Tucker Carlson,
that's it.
and he had an entire like anti-Semitic scree on there, and Tucker Carlson show actually cut out a bunch of it, but they ended up online anyway.
You know what I care about Kanye West?
Nothing.
Exactly.
That's how it
Nothing
should
in my
stay.
life.
I
I don't know why we
never-
all care about what the hell he says.
I
treat
well,
him.
because he's an influencer and people listen to him, and he has 17 million followers on Instagram and Twitter. And if he says that the Jews are responsible for him, like all of his problems and everything, I guarantee you people are going to say, "Okay, well, let me go kill some Jews now."
Yeah, no, I agree. I think what he says is inflammatory and dangerous. But I think the coverage of him on the media is just a little bit too much. Like, he shouldn't have an interview on Tucker Carlson. And, he's a mentally challenged individual that needs to seek a lot of help. And
It's beyond mental illness at this point. But yes. Anyway, back to D&D where we don't have to worry about real world shit. What does it say?
Well, really, this one of my husbands. He actually spends a lot of time out at sea, and one of the reasons why he and his crewmates need to drink a lot of orange juice is so that they don't get scurvy. So, usually when I'm at a place around the sea, like this place here, and I see someone really fancying the orange juice, more than likely they're out at sea quite a bit.
wait.
Somebody's walking behind your group a hire, and as you're explaining this, he just says under his breath, "Sounds like your husband's a pirate," and he walks away.
Wait. So there's people that live off of sea, and also what is this scurvy thing you said?
Scurvy, it's a very nasty illness. You don't want to have it. So
You get it by being on the ocean?
What happened?
you get it by not having enough vitamin C, which you get by drinking a lot of orange juice.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You will be able to isolate specific vitamins.
Magical.
Why are you holding your
Magical analysis.
I don't know.
That's what alchemy is about. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, wait. I have been really drinking a lot of orange juice in my life. Do I have scurvy?
I don't think so, Kevin.
Okay. Should
See,
I
I
be
thought
drinking
it-
more?
Prostitution thing.
It can't hurt.
To boost her
All
immune
right,
system,
all right.
despite all the STDs she's getting.
Wow.
Which is why she's telling
I
Kevin to
was
stay
going
away.
there.
Something that Millie would never understand.
That's-
Millie doesn't know STDs.
No, well, I didn't say anything. That's what I thought.
That's what
which is
I
why
thought.
that was the caution of Kevin, stay away. It's a prostitute.
Because he was going to wash her foot?
That is
No.
like-
With Sherbin, she's like, the last thing she needs Kevin to do is to get on the bad side of some pirates.
Oh, I thought get influenced and want to be.
That's true, because Sherbin knows Limsa Laminsa's reputation.
He's actually, her husband's not a member of the pirates from Limsa Laminsa. He's part of the pirates in another area that I won't mention.
Not those pirates, different pirates.
I wasn't trying to spoil your backstory. I was just having an asshole walk by and say that. But okay, you can volunteer it.
Well, I mean,
Alright.
we don't know that. Or, I mean, we know that our characters don't.
All I know is I haven't had any brandy for
But yeah,
5 days.
yeah, Sherbin would absolutely know that compared to the rest of us chuckle nuts who wouldn't know anything.
It's been 2 more
Walk
days.
into the bar.
2 days earlier.
I walk up to the barkeep.
Oh yeah, so wait, there's a big sign that says Jewel of Vesper Bay.
Correct.
And what else?
The door's closed.
Oh, the door's closed.
But it's like a swinging door kind of thing.
Oh.
Oh,
The saloon door.
does it sound like there's people inside? It's not closed, is it?
It's not quite a saloon door. It's a saloon door implies that it's like, half a door, more like a gate kind of thing. This is actually a full door. It just opens and closes. Like a kitchen door. Kitchen door. There you go.
Okay.
They have a term for those doors.
It's like the swinging kitchen door.
I thought it was swinging doors, but
I enter the swinging door.
okay. It's a single-story establishment. Doesn't look like there's a lot of rooms here. It's also not very busy. There are a few people. The bar is one of the smallest that you've seen. It appears to be. They've got a coffee machine here, or excuse me, not a coffee machine, but a coffee carafe. So it's like they brew their coffee like French press style, and then they've got
Ellison Press.
Ishgardian press.
Ishgardian.
No, well, now Millie doesn't
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Ishgard is the French
Cool.
allegory. But there's a small selection of available liquors. It appears to be there is some kind of ale tap going on, but it's pretty small. The bar itself isn't much larger than this table.
Are there at least 2 seats?
Yeah.
I sit down at one, Kavahog sits down at the other.
Excuse me, barkeep.
Well, Kavahog, we find ourselves once again thinking about unhappy yesterdays. I just go into my
I
whole
think you're
spiel again.
obligated to take one level of bar just to play the jazz trumpet.
I have constant jazz around me.
Yeah.
I should.
Or minor illusion can do it. It can create minor.
Yeah, that's.
musical
I mean, that
effects.
my idea was going to be I would just constantly cast that, but one of the perks of this specific Fey Ranger is you have Fey magic that's around you.
Hey, excuse me, barkeep.
Class feature unlocked. Ambience.
Yes, exactly.
Was looking to get a couple drinks of brandy and 2 glasses of orange juice, please.
Well, we got scotch, no brandy.
Yeah. Those spirits work.
You have no brandy here. What kind of establishment are you running here, bub?
We're not really a bar. It's more of a place that you can sleep, says the higher person that's standing behind the bar.
Well, if you can sleep, you can drink. Give me.
Can't argue with that.
I'll take the whiskey then.
Scotch on the rocks or straight up?
Life is nothing but rocks. Hard objects we find ourselves dashed upon as the river of life flows over us. You see, barkeep, what is your name?
Fred.
Fred, life is a river flowing over rocks, and we are the rocks. Kavahog here, he's been through it all. I'll just keep going.
Oh, Fred, yeah.
Oh,
My daughter, she has an imaginary friend she calls Drop Dead Fred. I like that name.
Fred, we're also looking for some rooms, if you can spare them.
room at the bottom of the river, covered by the rocks.
Is he okay?
Yeah. Well,
Well, he fought in the war, and a lot of bad things happened to him in that war.
The war, they called it a war, but it wasn't a war. It was more of a slaughter. The poor beastmen, the kobolds, little villages of people. We had to clean them up, so Gridania could continue to expand, and the Elizin in the suburbs could have their coffee machines everywhere. It was a terrible thing. The war against sobriety.
It's the war that you always fight and never win.
right. Yeah. So rooms, if you have any.
I think we got 3 rooms we could spare.
How
You might
much?
have to bring your own sleeping materials. We'll call it a silver per room per night.
Understood. I slide over 5 silver.
Much obliged.
That's
Something
fine.
I could get for you?
Can I have a pot of tea?
I mean, I guess. Are you
May
sure?
I have a pot of tea? Yes.
Well, I wasn't testing you. I was just a little surprised. Oh, okay. This one wants coffee and liquor. How about some rum? Work for you? He's like looking at what he has on the shelf. He's like, I don't know what the fuck you want. So it's like,
Orange juice? And
so
then the orange juice?
we have orange juice. You want some?
Coffee and orange juice.
Shouldn't you like Bailey's, like cream and
Coffee and
hat?
coffee.
I mean, that would make sense. I know technologically Bailey's exists in this tiny
And
town.
they know what vitamin C is, and they have coffee carafes.
Alchemist.
2 glasses of orange juice, please.
Oh, I should take a level of
Okay.
alchemist.
And he pours a couple of glasses of orange juice. It looks exactly like what the woman was drinking. And then he pours a cup of coffee, a mug of coffee for you, and he pours in he measures out a small portion of rum, and then puts it off to the side and just starts pouring rum into the coffee, and then he puts the cap back on. it's like he's putting on a show.
Oh, what one for you, one for me?
Well, yeah, he shoots it. Here? A little cooler than Ulda. Not too much. Probably sleep with one blanket.
Ellison sleep in this world, right? You don't meditate.
They're not.
Well, no, I thought they have the Sid, you have the Elven thing, right?
I just don't sleep a lot. So
But
just
that's
doesn't-
not-
He's an academic.
You don't have the Elven meditation racial?
No, Sid sleeps like the bare minimum he needs to sleep
And you
to
have
survive.
you have a feat for that, right? That you don't need to
Like
sleep very much.
alertness or
Yeah, that's what it is.
What feats that?
It's alert, I think. An alert, you don't sleep much?
Alert just that you can't be snuck up on.
No,
And if
but
it's your passive perception.
Whatever,
Or
it's-
initiative.
We'll figure it out later.
Anyways.
Anyway.
If anything that could be part of one of your feats that you get later on, we'll just make it retroactive if you've been playing that way. Because I thought it was something.
I thought so too.
We can look it up later. I'm not worried. He pours a glass of scotch for you. For you.
Rum, please.
Rum it is. And pours. It's not like a shot of rum, and it's not like a tumbler. It's like a glass of rum.
Oh, nice.
So it's like up to here.
So this is the opposite.
Yes. It's like when you're getting this alcohol at your house. That's what it's like.
So it's the opposite of the first inn that was in Horizon that gave us the watered down bullshit.
Yeah.
This is now twice as much of the strong stuff.
It looks like the
It
guy
happens
that's
out.
working here really does not give a shit about the establishment. That's what it looks like.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's my kind of
This is
guy.
our place.
Yeah, it's just the vibe that you get from him. It's
I used
like,
to go to an IHOP at like 2 or 3 in the morning. That was a 24-hour IHOP with like Ryan and the crew, and the waitress was always the same waitress because it was always like a Saturday, Sunday night. Exactly that mentality. She'd be like, "Oh, you want a glass of whatever?" He just puts like the whole fucking thing of like grapefruit juice or whatever whatever it was you wanted, cop stuff all the time.
I was expecting rum at 2 in the morning with pancakes.
no, we would do that at Denny's in our 20s. Dustin, that group, Dustin, I don't think you've met a lot of our other friends from that group, but yeah, we would all end up at Denny's at one point. And then there was a group that I would play Magic with, like a decade ago, and we'd go to Saugus Cafe in the middle of the night after we got back out of the card
24
shop.
hours.
Yeah, after we got kicked out of the card shops. Yeah, good times.
Okay, unsurprisingly, Millie's drunk.
I would not be. Yeah, I'm not surprised. All right, so everybody has their drinks now.
Has everyone?
Oh,
ordered?
Sherbin did get it.
Sherbin didn't order.
I'd like a glass of water, please. Ice water.
They make the ice cubes out of it.
All right, and you see, he opens up an ice box and he takes out some ice, and then he pours some water into it from a pitcher.
Shouldn't you be drinking grog?
Why?
Well, because grog is what the sailors used to drink to avoid getting scurvy.
Yeah, but I'm not a sailor, nor do I have
I'm just
scurvy.
thinking of the aesthetic of
You do now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Roll
because you
for
didn't.
scurvy.
Yeah, because you didn't order grog,
That
you have
shows
now been
me.
infected with
Yeah.
scurvy.
All right. Well, next time
I'm just trying to
Scurvy's
keep
not an
I'll be discerning.
Magic does weird shit.
alchemy.
Scurvy's a bit.
Well, Fred, you seem to know this town. I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of the name Minfalia?
No.
Philia.
Minfalia. What about Papalemo?
Oh, the Lalafell fella.
Yeah.
you know?
Is he on the level?
The Lalafell.
Lalafella. Yeah.
Is this fella on the level?
He always pays.
So-
Usually orders tea.
So he's a criminal, no good Nick.
What? No. Your friend just ordered tea.
Exactly.
Should I be worried about this group?
You shouldn't worry, but you should fear. Fear for life, for it's like a river flowing over rocks. It'll always crush you till they grind you into dust. Sand that will flow across the wind.
As Harry is saying this, you see him going under the bar. He reaches under the bar for something, and you see him move to his belt, and then he stands up straight again.
What do you do?
He armed himself.
Perception, insight.
Sure. Perception.
Oh. 19.
Oh, he grabbed a dagger.
Arming yourselves.
Gendo shoots up the fireball.
The only thing that disappoints me is that you weren't already armed.
That's
Yes,
right.
Fred.
Harry shows
Oh, you've never heard of... Oh, you know that he pays on time.
Yeah.
Anything else you can tell us, please?
He's friendly.
I see. Is he to be trusted?
Why are you asking so many questions about?
We may be going to business with this individual, this fella, and I want to make sure that he's...
What line of business is he in?
I can tell you it's not prostitution. Yeah, I wouldn't have to wash his feet.
Yeah. The only thing we know is he kills frogs. That's all we know.
Yes.
Somebody has to.
If you don't mind, I'm going to take my tea over by the seawall, if that's okay with you.
Taking my tea out of earshot.
The seawall? You want to drink it next to the sea?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. I was just making sure I understood what you meant.
You just be careful there, now, Professor.
Bring the glass, bring the mug back when you're done.
No problem.
Yeah, I gotta go give this orange juice to my friend, too. I'll be right back, all right? I head on
Okay.
outside.
He counts the friends to see who wants the... Oh, okay. Now he watches Kevin go outside.
Kevin makes friends everywhere.
All right, Kev, you got your orange juice and you're taking it outside. The woman's still sitting on the bench exactly where you left her, except her glass of orange juice is empty.
Hey, I got you some more orange juice. Yeah, I
You got
promise
me
it-
orange juice.
Yeah, I promise it's not poison. I take a sip. See?
Can I have it?
Yeah, can I pour it in your mug? I told him I'll bring the glass back.
Oh, I have a glass right here. Pour it in that.
I pour it.
Okay. She just starts drinking it, like gulping it down. I love orange juice so much.
Do you have scurvy? Because I heard that's a scurvy thing.
You can't just ask somebody if they have scurvy, but no, I don't.
Oh, okay. Why can't you ask someone if you have scurvy?
It's rude.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was rude. I mean, well, I'm not from around here, as you can tell.
I can tell. Anyway, since you brought me some orange juice, she opens up her little briefcase that she has there, and she goes in and she selects a few vials, and she hands here.
Take a look
She
at it.
it appears to be a bluish purple liquid, a red liquid, and a green liquid that's inside. They're
Fascinating.
small, like this big.
What are these?
They're dyes for your clothes.
Has no one had the
I didn't know you could kill
about accepting vials from strange people in alleys outside of bars?
I didn't know you could dye it. Oh, that's how you get clothes. Different color. That's so cool. You make these?
Well, I sell them usually.
Oh,
I'm a
very
sale-
cool. Oh, you sell them? How much are these vials a piece?
Well, you can have those for being so kind as to bring me orange juice.
Oh, for me? Oh, I quite appreciate that.
Otherwise, they're 1 copper gill each.
1 copper gill each. Oh, that's cool. And you use this to dye your clothes.
Yeah, it's like magic. You can just pour a drop of it on your clothes and it changes color.
Magic. Oh, you mean divine spirits? Oh, he works in such miracle ways. I'm gonna try this purple, and I just drop the purple on my clothing.
You mean Naldthal? Okay, what are you're dropping it on your clothing? Okay.
Yeah.
All of the cloth parts of your outfit turn purple.
My armor stays the same color.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh my God. Oh.
If you want your armor to change color, I have some metallic dye in here.
No. This is just amazing. I didn't know things like this even existed.
Wish they cost a copper.
Hey, you truly are divine. I didn't know. That's quite amazing.
Thank you.
You know,
If
what's your
want
name?
More, Allison.
Allison, very nice to meet you. I'm gonna tell everyone about this. This is the most amazing thing I've seen yet. I mean, I've killed dragons, I've pooped in many places, but I've never seen just clothes change color right in front of my eyes. That's incredible.
He's not from around here.
I'm glad it amazes you.
Cheers.
If you or your friends want more, I'll be out here for a little while.
Hey, I'm gonna let them know right now. And I cheers her glass of orange juice with my glass of orange juice.
Your empty one?
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
I
you brought
got
one
to.
for yourself.
Yeah.
It tastes
Cheers.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little tart.
And it won't give us scurvy. That's the thing. We're trying to not have scurvy. I'm gonna go let them know right now. Allison, nice meeting you.
Nice to
run
meet
back.
you. Okay, the funny thing about that is that's literally the quest to learn how to dye your clothing in the game is by bringing this random woman into the glass one too.
You got
amazing.
All the secrets.
I completed a quest. I run back into the bar. Hey, everyone!
We have the quest completion music.
That's level up.
Leveling up. Okay, so just got warm in here.
Yes.
Hey, everyone! That girl with the orange juice, Allison. Look what she did in my clothing. Did you know you could just magically change your clothes through the power of the Lord?
Sherman just looks over and notices Kevin's new look and just, oh my god. Oh, you're like a walking eggplant. What did you get into?
Yeah, she's a seller of dye that changes your colors. I have 2 other ones if you'd be interested. And I hold up the other 2 vials.
Was it his whole outfit or just the one article of clothing?
It was just the. Well, I assumed he said he put it on his shirt. Is what
Yeah,
he said, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just
yeah.
a shirt. It's the cloth parts of your shirt.
Kevin, may I see that?
And
Hey, here you
still
go.
you still have some of the purple dye left. It looks like it has 3 more uses.
Oh, okay, I have the purple dye and I hand over all the dye.
The ones that you haven't used have 4 uses each.
Perfect.
What were the other colors?
It was like a greenish color and a what did I say? Red orange. I think it said red orange.
I chose
Kevin,
purple
yeah.
because in the stories that Mom and Pa used to read, they said that was the color of royalty.
True.
Millie's gonna look at Kevin's new purple shirt, look down at her own purple garments in horror, and immediately grab the red, orange, and just start.
Millie, hold on there. I want to try something.
Oh, Billy just used all of it.
All red, orange,
It
anyway.
had 4 uses, and so now all of your outfit is now red orange, like just immediately red orange, and so is your skin because it got all over you as you were splashing yourself.
Oh, sorry, I got the purple one left.
Let
You also have
me.
the green one.
Oh, and the green one.
Kevin, can I try something?
Hey, here you go. I hand you the 2
All
vials.
right. What? No. Kevin, what are you drinking first?
Orange juice.
All right. Fred, another orange juice. I'm gonna take an arrow and dip it in the green ink,
Okay.
and then shoot it at Kevin.
All right. Roll an attack.
Oddly enough, it just
Wait,
turns him
tell
red.
me what you're doing before you do these things. So Kevin has a chance to react. Did you roll 20?
I rolled a 20.
Don't even care. I don't even care.
Revenge.
What do you want to do?
I guess I hate catch.
So he said to go get another orange juice. So do you turn around to get an orange juice?
Oh, I still got some in my glass right here.
Okay. So he's still looking at you. Do you
No, I shoot
All
him
right,
with
you
my.
watch him just methodically dip the head of his arrow into the little vial, and it barely makes it in there.
Okay.
It's like it's almost too thick. And you watch him pull out his bow, knock it, and aim at you, and just shoot it right at your ass.
Wait.
Do his
What if
pants
we're
be
running
colored?
here?
Excellent, Kevin. Do you know what this means?
Wait,
Now we
is
can
Dave-
mark our targets, and they cannot escape. We can track them more easily.
Okay. Can you help me with this arrow that's now in my ass?
Yeah, turning a little bit red.
Oh, I cast heal on him. I heal all the damage.
Pull out the arrow first.
Yeah, I need it back.
Oh, okay. So he pulls out the arrow, it heals you, but your pants are now.
Come on, go get the arrow.
Melee goes to hunt down that blue flower.
Just let me know next time you're gonna shoot me with the arrow. I wasn't quite expecting it. Did your experiment work?
Yes, Kevin. Look at your pants.
Color red.
Your trousers.
Oh.
I don't know what's under them.
What'd you use the purple liquid?
I used the green,
green
one,
liquid.
so you have green pants.
Yeah.
Wait.
You're smart.
My underwear is green too. Oh, there's a little brown there. I'm pretty sure that's the color, but it's green. It's mostly green.
Imitate the underwear.
Oh, it's all green.
I am level 7.
I don't think that's the only thing.
I think at level 6, don't cantrips get better?
And
More
only
damage?
combat cantrips.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not prestidigitation.
I'm in combat, so prestidigitation is now a combat spell.
Quite amazing. This is quite amazing stuff. Oh, she sells a little bit for 1 copper gil.
I'll go by
more colors than you could imagine, I guess. Although I only saw the 3, but I assume she has more than just the 3. Oh, and she can do armor too.
NPC became this.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm gonna go buy some very bright yellow dye.
Okay, the woman sees you approach. Oh, you're with that guy that
Yes.
brought me orange juice.
Kevin is our leader. For better.
Oh, my. He seems nice enough.
Yes. He's got a kind heart, and that is his strongest organ by far.
Sorry for being a little standoffish earlier. People try to steal
maybe
my
it's
stuff
Colin.
all the time.
I hear that you are a purveyor of fine wares. I'd like to purchase some of your
She opens up the
your
case.
brightest of yellows, like the golden sun on a happy day. Though
You want
those
the
don't-
metallic version or the cloth version?
Ooh. Take one of each.
Okay, that's 2 copper gil, please.
There you go.
Okay, and she hands you the vials. She's got a suitcase full of dice.
Awesome. I'll take 2 of each.
I would like a finger, please. Up my butt. What?
Damn it, I was muted.
Oh,
I was gonna
really?
say, where would you like that finger?
Yeah. But like not a fat
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah, I want some.
I want a big eye finger.
You want the finger of a big guy?
Yes.
You want the cream of some young guy?
Oh, I'm just like Kanye likes fish sticks.
Of course. I was just thinking Wayne's World. Oh,
Cream of
I'm getting-
some young guy.
Oh, I'll have the cream of some young guy, please.
Hey, Professor, you see this stuff? It just changed everything's color.
I'm outside.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You went to the seawall. Hey, Sherwin, you see this stuff? Changed every the colors. And she don't got the scurvy. She said it was actually rude for asking.
Yes, it is. She's right.
Oh, wait, you don't ask people? I thought it was good to be
No.
honest and just ask people about things. You don't gotta be scared about, sicknesses and diseases you got. I mean, even Professor, we found out with the thing in his body and his brother. I mean, you accept people for who they are, unless they be green-skinned and goblins. You can't accept that. But everything else,
Green skin, that coming from someone who just got his backside painted green?
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's just the color is my underwear. It's just so now I know.
Are you sure it's just your underwear?
Look at my.
He hit you pretty good with that arrow.
I kind of look over. I pull down my pants halfway and look at my ass.
You've got a big splotch of green on your ass and red. That's blood.
Yeah, it looks like a yellowish color. What's red and green together? Yellow?
No, yellow and red together is green, right?
No.
Blue and yellow.
Blue.
Blue and yellow.
I think it should be purple. Green and red.
Green and red make brown.
Brown. Oh yeah, that's yeah. That no, don't worry.
Oh,
I
that's
still
why
didn't
it's
get cleaned up.
brown. Holy shit.
Yeah, Kevin didn't mean to meet that joke, but yeah, perfect. Anyway, yeah, it's quite amazing. Did you want to change any of your colors? Your clothing color either?
I think I'm fine. I think I'll stick to what I've got.
Hey, it's up to you.
I think pretty smooth.
I know. Well, maybe you should go see if she has something for your hair.
Hey, something for my hair? What's wrong with my hair?
Yes. Well, if you want to change it up, dye it. You know.
I would never do that. And, you know, once I come back and I see Georgine, I want her to see me for like I never left, right? And if she sees me with like a crazy hair color, you know, I don't want to scare her. Oh man, I just can't wait to get back home.
Not crazy hair color. Maybe, you know, cover up a bit of the gray on the sides.
She always said that make me look distinguished. I had to ask her what that word meant, and it's a very positive one.
Right. Just like Master Sid, he does look very distinguished with his salt and pepper looks.
Hey, he's a good looking
Very
chap.
well seasoned.
I mean, I don't know how it tastes, but yeah, he looks like a very good guy.
You mean like a piece of steak?
You know, I told you I'm not very comfortable with taking on multiple husbands and wives, right?
On more than one occasion, yes.
You know, I do see you and Sid getting along very well sometimes, and I feel like he may need the comfort of a woman. Not saying it needs to be you, but I won't be opposed to it.
Well,
Where is this conversation happening?
In the bar next to you.
Brad,
If you can't find a prostitute, you make a prostitute.
That's a free market at work.
He'll watch those people. Yeah.
Kevin's just being a
Well,
wingman.
I want to be
I'm
really
sure
clear.
Who?
Prostitution,
Yeah.
or else I'll wash your feet. I just mean like, the love between a man and a woman.
right, I understand it. I'm sure you realize now that he is established as the head of his house back in Ishgard that he'll not be found wanting for the ladies.
What? Now look here. I've known Sid for many years. I mean, he helped me get to school. I wouldn't have graduated if it wasn't for him. He wrote letters to the dean. He wrote me letters that Georgine read. He's a real nice chap. I don't think just because he now is important. He's always been important to me. I don't think that's going to change much about him.
Not.
Anyway, I'm just saying. I've seen you two chat. So, if something to happen, I just want you to know I'm fully in support of it.
Kevin, what are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say nothing. I'm just trying to say, I've seen the way you look at him, and you just said he was a good guy. I'm just saying, if one thing leads to another, I'm fully in support.
Are you trying to get her to fuck your friend?
Man,
I think that's what he's trying to do, yes.
Not fuck my friend.
It's not very astute when working behind a bar and you just start sipping something.
always a friend.
I don't think, in my family, one doesn't just go out and date a lot of women, right? Once you find your one, you find your one. I'm just saying, Sid, with all his time spent in the university and studying, I've never really seen him date someone. So, if he had to date someone, I think it wouldn't be too bad if he dated you. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's very sweet of you, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna go get something to drink. You sure you just want water?
Yeah, yes, water would be nice. Thank you very much.
All right.
I heard what you asked for. Here's some water for her. You're literally like 6 feet away from me.
Hey, thanks so much. Hey, you know what? Here's a little something for yourself, and I hand him a silver piece.
Oh boy, thank you.
A reasonable amount of tip for an adventurer.
Most of the times I don't get any.
Let me compare to be like, oh, here's 5 gold, peasant who makes this in a month.
Usually what I do. Kevin's slowly starting to understand pricing, so he's starting to get a little bit more understanding of money.
I like it.
Aw.
We'll go to Sid real quick. Sid, you've walked outside, just looked about town. You find a good spot where you can sit on a pier and just look out at the sea. You can hang your feet off the side and almost touch the water, but it's a little far below. You see fishing boats all dotting the horizon. No large ships at the moment, except for one that is docked at the ferry. It is the ferry, but it's docked to go to Limsa Laminza, but that one's not at sea, it's literally docked. There's what looks to be warehouses where merchants might store their gear and material, their wares, I should say. Imagine that, you store wares in a warehouse. But those are kind of dotted all over the place. There's people coming and going. It's a quiet village, or it's a quiet settlement for its strategic importance as a port.
I will be sitting there on the pier drinking tea, and from the bag of holding, I will produce the bottle of brandy that I got from Big Eye.
Can you pour some into your tea?
Add a little slug to the tea.
Hot toddy?
Yep.
All right.
That was good
Okay.
brandy. I'm keeping that private.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, what are you doing?
I'm going to ask Freddy. So,
Afraid is the Y becomes before the D.
Right.
don't be afraid, Freddy. It's all okay. But I was wondering, if we wanted to meet some boisterous individuals, where would we go?
Anywhere but here?
Really?
Yeah. Which individuals? What line of work?
Well, I could tell you, but it's a secret.
This lady always
Well.
has secrets.
Then I could put you in the right direction, but that's a secret.
Freddy, you don't really help.
You gotta help me first if I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
Kevin cuts his head in. Wow,
Help
whispering.
All right. So
Gotcha,
if we
never
wanted to get in touch with the Ishgardian spy network, where would we go?
Oh! Would you know that?
Wait,
Well, I don't know. There's a
I'm
secret.
asking myself as a
This-
role.
Oh, okay.
the spies
It was
are
a-
boisterous?
it was a
That
rhetorical.
seems like they're not.
I don't really know of any spy networks. The Boisty Boys?
Yep, instead of the Beastie Boys.
Yo, I got that. No sleep till Ulta! That was terrible.
It works.
That was good.
We tried anyway. That's what.
That's what counts. You get-
Sabotage! Oh, that is perfect for your group. Oh no, this is gonna get worked in somehow.
I mean, when I was talking to Christian about the subclass for machinist that Millie picked, I described it as a sapper like a dozen times. The person who destroys walls in a siege.
Is that something I made with Beastie Boys?
No.
No, but you said sabotage.
Oh.
A sapper
The
sabotages.
saboteur.
Okay.
Yes.
I always know as a sapper as a weapon rather than a saboteur.
A sap is the weapon. A sapper is the person
Oh,
who
you're right.
blows up walls.
It's not,
And not the same weapon.
related to
Not the same
Sabo.
weapon. Yeah. But
Yeah,
anyway.
so it's
Unless
the
you're
orc-
really, really strong.
it's the one orc kind
Or
of
sapper sappy.
Hey,
If you can cut a wall with a shoe in half, you would want to go.
Thank you for getting my reference, Poe.
So we're looking for some boisterous spies.
No, the spies know where the boisterous individual is, since this guy does not.
Which boisterous do they have a name? Maybe I can direct
No.
you
No. If we had a name, I would tell you the name.
to- Okay, well, this is a pretty quiet place. There's not a lot going on here.
Wow.
Maybe you could check at the castrum?
Okay. Is that still part of Vesper Bay?
No, it's a ways away.
That's
Away from the bay.
Are there any
Go during
elves
the day.
around here?
Yeah, there's some elves kicking about.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into the middle of the room so that everyone can see me. All
Okay.
the elves can see me.
Oh, in this room? There's no elves in the room.
Okay. Then I won't.
What am I? Chops?
He means
Frog?
in Vesper Bay.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna do some searching.
Okay. What was that?
What am I? A
Miller will
chopped frog?
drunkenly assist.
I mean, yeah, you've got Harry, and you have Sid.
Sid's outside.
Yeah, but I'm assuming you're not part of the spy network.
So that's
I
your
don't
first
know.
mistake.
I mean, Sid is a noble. What better ear to the ground than that?
Yeah, one that's been gone for like 400 years, very in tune with
So
the
we
pulse.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, those letters he's writing to the dean, you don't know what's in those.
Secretly, he's been a spy in Cliffside the whole
Yeah,
time.
Kevin's doing fine. It's his code.
Ah, right.
Hey, DX.
What?
Hey, why are you looking for spies?
Oh, well, don't you remember Sir Amaric told Sherbin that the spy network saw that there was a boisterous individual talking about the prayer of returning in Vesper Bay. And since we're in Vesper Bay, I just thought maybe we'd look into that.
Hey, smart. I don't remember any of that. You just let me know if I can help in any way.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll call you when we get to the violence part of the show.
perfect. Do I need to keep whispering?
No, I didn't think you were whispering to begin with. You're like a stage.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Freyd, sir. So, you haven't heard anything about anyone named Minfilia, correct?
Nope.
And anything about a person named Urion J?
Not familiar.
No, none. But you do know a Papalimo.
Kevin's on time.
Little fella.
Hmm.
Oh, I think they call them Malafels.
Does he frequent this place quite a bit?
Depends on your definition of quite a bit. I see him every couple of days or so to come in and get some tea.
I respect him and I don't at the same time.
I'm sure he cares.
He's just there for the gossip.
Can I do like a check to see if the barkeep is lying about whether he knows Urion J or Minfilia?
I'm
Roll an
gonna
insight check.
I'm going to assist as I am doing my other monologue of
So
questions.
when it comes to something like an insight check, I want you to do your own roll because it doesn't really make sense that you and somebody else can team up to get advantage for insight.
Nat 20!
Guy over here. What do you?
She didn't need it.
There you go.
You send your
Get
message.
it, Nat 20.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all, that's
Whispers.
2 nat 20s in a session, and we're capped on our limit breaks.
Yep.
Stop.
There's no limit break 4.
We should just use it. Like, could I?
Actually, it would be a 27.
Limit break on my attack on Kevin.
Kevin's ass cheek is just gone.
First time we see Minfilia, we use a limit break on her.
Hello. This bucket will never be defiled again.
Yeah, but then Kevin would just find a way, instead of having an anus, he'd just use Mr. Bucket as a colostomy sack,
Ooh.
which is somehow worse.
Not somehow. It's clearly worse.
Okay.
Okay, so have you heard of the name Urion J? Or
Doesn't ring a bell.
Minfilia? Really? Not at all?
No.
Oh, now you're just being cute.
I heard your friend say it.
Yeah, so with a place this small and not that many people coming through here, you would definitely hear something. But see, that's the strangest thing is that we were recommended to come here because those names were important to this place. So, and our sources are very reliable. So, for you to tell us here that you've never even heard of their names when we've been assured from more than one trusted source that this is definitely the place to find these people, or at least Menphilia. Something just doesn't sit right.
Well, if it doesn't sit right, you're welcome to leave.
So
No one's making you stay here. Sorry, I don't know the names. I don't know every person that comes in and out of this place, and you're getting a little bit annoying now.
Fred, I ask you to be polite to my associate here. She's merely trying to ask a question.
You can certainly ask me to be polite. Doesn't mean I'm going to be.
What if I were to make you my friend for the next 60 seconds?
That sounds like rape.
Oh, shit. Is that what the cantrip does?
It is a violation.
It is a violation.
Well, that's all right. I didn't mean to offend. Just asking questions. That's all. Something didn't seem to add up with you. My apologies.
How long have you been here, Fred? You seem to be the only bartender in this fine establishment with its fine tea.
I'm certainly the only bartender who's been here in the 20 minutes that you've been inside.
Well, this bar has been here for more than 20 minutes,
Yes.
I believe.
I'm working a shift. I don't own this place.
How long have you been working here, Fred? How long have you lived in this town?
Vesper Bay.
Vesper Day. Vesper Bay.
Technically, I live in Cove nearby, but
The suburbs. That's why we fought the war.
he needs a cave.
I'm in Cove. Crescent Cove.
Crescent Cove.
Yeah, it was another direction that you guys could have gone when you got through.
Thank you for the history lesson, but how long have you worked in this bar?
Oh, I thought I said it. I've been here for about 2 years.
2 years. 2 years. And you don't know the name's Menphilia? I think you're lying. I'm intimidating.
Is that intimidating? That seems
Tell me! I accuse. Accuse! Accuse! 18 to accuse him.
Look, mister. I don't know how many different ways I can tell you that I don't know a Menphilia or an Urianje or however you said it. Those are pretty weird names. I think they'd stick out to me.
Like Louis Soir, does that stick out to you?
Roll an insight check. He doesn't answer you. He just kind of stares at him.
Yeah! And it's not a 20. Good job.
Yeah. See, I'm just like on the cusp. So, 22.
I'm going to tell you both, since you basically get the same thing. You get the opinion he may be lying. You see the slight twitches. The thing that you notice is mostly hairy. And you notice something that's off, but you can't really put your finger on it. But you notice every time that he talks and mentions their names, his pinky finger twitches, like kind of taps.
Wait, their name is
Menphilia.
Okay, not just the generic Ishgardian name.
Generic Ishgardian name.
Louis
Louis
Swa
Swa.
is not generic.
No.
That's an actual person.
Oh, I thought that was just Louis.
No, he's part of the story. I don't think you were here for it.
Yeah. Vichy Swash is generic.
Okay, that's L's and V's are hard for the L's and E's.
There is
That's
a
right.
new player in MLN named Vichy, and every time I see his name, I think Vichy Swap. But yeah, he's got like a tick, a tell, and he doesn't realize that he has it, but you pick up on it.
Okay.
And it's like the only time that his finger taps like that
Is the names.
is when he's saying those names.
You know, Fred, I'm gonna say that you're lying. I think you do know these names. I think you're holding out on us, just like you're not holding out on the liquor. I think if you were to average out your holding out on liquor and those names, you would be at a net zero. And I want you to start giving us more information about those names like you do with the liquor.
But don't cut back on the liquor.
But yes, don't switch.
Of all the rum joints in the world, you had to come into mind.
In fact, give it one more. I'll give him a whole silver piece for another thing of rum and everything you know. Fill up a glass with a little bit of
You
rum.
just called me a liar, and now you're asking for more rum.
Do you not work here? What kind of establishment is
He
this?
stood forward.
Yeah, he's still a bartender.
I know,
He's a liar, but he's a bartender.
Professional and personal things happening simultaneously.
Yeah. He's a
I want you to
competent.
fill up a glass with rum and information at the same time.
Okay, Rum. Here's your information. He spits in the glass and then he pushes it towards you.
Prestidigitation.
The spit.
You know, Carvahog's been sitting next to me the whole time. I'm a very agreeable Elzen, you know. But my bird here doesn't like it. Take the hood off, revealing the single eye as it stares right at Fred. Menacingly.
Alright, I believe you. But my Tommy bird don't!
Yes.
Sorry. Couldn't help it.
Tell me everything you know about Minfilia.
So does the eye do anything?
No,
it's just...
Maybe it's not.
Alright, enough of this shithead, and then I'm gonna cast Charm Person.
I think I get a roll for that.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save against that. And then it's basically friends?
12.
No.
15.
Alright, so you charmed him, which... Let me look it up.
So
I
you
wanna
get
read it.
advantage on charisma checks, but he doesn't necessarily know. Right?
I thought they always know.
It just says, it fails this throw, it's charmed by you until the spell ends. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. That's all it says.
Well, but they have the charmed effect, right? Which means that you get advantage. Which... This is part
I
of
don't think charmed is an effect.
I thought it is. I don't know.
It just says that he regards us as a friendly
The
acquaintance.
so a charmed creature can't attack the charmer or targets the charmer with harmful abilities. The charmer has advantage on ability checks to interact socially with the creature.
Okay, so basically what the
So
spell says.
yeah, Lolith. So not Lolith. Minfilia.
This last
Lon
for
Fifi
1 hour.
gets advantage on all social checks against Fred.
After calling her new friend a shithead.
What's how? I mean, you're just joshing. Just Lon Fifi.
His entire demeanor seems to change, but only when he's looking at Lanfifi.
Fifi, I think you're taking point on this interrogation.
Looking at
What the fuck is that owl?
It's a transformer owl.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you were talking about that the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What about the grasshopper mice? What they're called?
it seems that Lon Fifi is.
So come on, Fred. Stop beating around the bush. Where's Minfilia?
Oh, Lanfifi, I didn't see you there. You haven't said anything.
I was letting these guys talk their heads off.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you're friends. You should know already that, the Scions like to vet people before they meet them. I'm kind of the first stop for that, trying to feel y'all out before...
Yeah, she invited us. We didn't do this of our own volition.
Are you sure she invited you?
Pretty sure.
Doesn't sound like something she would do, at least not to this area.
Yeah, she's even been sending us astral dream type things.
I see. Well, I don't know anything about that. But, if I give the say-so that you guys were okay people, then, they'll let you into the meeting tomorrow.
That would be fantastic.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure you'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Thanks for the rum.
So
problem.
where is this meeting supposed to be?
I don't actually know the answer to that question.
Who does know? How are we supposed to find her?
They'll come get you.
Where do we meet them? Well, it seems that I have
He
my.
points at the building that you're in,
It
which is
seems
where you
that-
got sent by Papalimo.
My plans for the next several hours are set. I will keep watch here. One more.
He pours another.
One for you as well.
Your spell lasts for another 59 minutes of game time.
Can you go let him know? We just want to make sure we're scheduled in.
I don't know where to go to let them know. They come to me.
Who is they? Is it more than just Minfilia?
No, it changes. Sometimes it's Papalimo, sometimes it's Uriange.
I mean, look, I've been pretty silent, but it's just shocking. I don't think we've done anything here to be not trusted. I mean, what's up with this?
Oh yeah, we'll be fine. It's not like you tried to mess with me at all.
I mean, either way, it sounds like they come by to this bar to interact with you directly, so if we hang out here, they should be here.
Yeah, that sounds like probably the best way to meet with them. Which is, I think, what was the plan to begin with.
I'm just confused with all these things. Like, why is everyone gotta be so weird about it?
I don't know. I mean, when I say I don't know, I'm referring to, like, everything that you're talking about, because I don't know much at all. You guys have a lot of weird shit.
I get it. I just said, like, if you like this
husband, prostitutes, weird drinks.
No, the combat. Put your hood back on.
She wasn't a prostitute. She's a vendor of clothes changing dye. You see? You see my shirt?
You didn't use the dye, did you?
I did. It's all. I got the shirt. I got my new shirt color.
Oh no!
What does that mean?
Oh,
nothing. I'm just fucking with you.
That quite wasn't nice. I mean, look, we've been having a nice conversation here. I've been treating you with nothing but nice respect. I mean, I just don't know where this all came from.
I thought, Kevin, that you'd end up being all green.
It wasn't
Not
it.
easy.
Awful.
He's closer to making a rainbow connection now.
There's Guardian connection.
You know, and then after you go to the bathroom, it'd be like you're camouflaged.
I don't know what camouflage means. But I don't know if I want any of it.
It's both gross and brilliant.
Anyway, all I'm saying is we've been nothing but nice and courteous here, and I feel like we've just been treated with some disrespect. And there's one thing I don't like: people treating my friends with disrespect.
Oh well, I certainly didn't mean any disrespect.
Oh,
Come
I
on.
know you don't mean it, but we're taking a little disrespect here. So let's
Well, is
just
that my fault or is that your fault?
Kevin, he is merely the guardian to Minfalia and her organization. I feel honored knowing that she is protected by such a fine individual such as Fred.
Thank you.
Fred.
To spit in your drink.
That's Fred.
Fred.
let's drink.
I will continue standing guard. I shall be a bulwark against all comers to this place to protect the council. I will stay here.
Is he gonna be a good guard when he's slurring his words?
No.
Look, I don't know. But if heroin,
That's why I'm not a guard.
let's just start over. Let's pretend like all these feelings that we're having were wrong. We're an adventure party. Just want to have a good time and go see, Madame Pedophilia. That's really it.
That is something that Desper Bay does not offer, sir.
Seeing people? I just don't. I don't understand these customs. DX. Why can't you see people on a specific? Anyway,
We're getting plenty of people.
I'm getting frustrated.
I
I'm gonna go.
definitely am seeing twice as many people as when I walked in here.
The spies in my room I should be worried about as well.
The spies in your... No.
Oh, okay. Well, can I get the key, please?
Sure. They've been sitting on the counter since you ordered the rooms.
I'll take one of the keys. I really, I wish you treat your guests with a little bit more respect. And I'm sorry if we you in any way, but it's just not the service I want today. I put my glass of orange juice that's almost done on the counter. You have a nice night. I stomp off to my room.
I actually feel a little bit bad for him. Just a little. Anyway, anybody else want to verbally assault me before you go to bed? I can take it. I'm your friend.
For another 58 minutes. Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Catch
I'll go
personal.
to the room.
You did.
Fifi did.
Yeah. Does it always get awkwardly silent when Kevin leaves the room?
It
Don't take
does.
offense to that.
I mean, we just lose about 70% of the talking.
In comparison, it would seem like silence. I see what you mean.
So the meeting is tomorrow in terms of game.
Yeah, they'll come pick you up tomorrow.
So, okay, so we have time for a
Space
full,
blanket. You got
a
it.
long rest.
Sure.
He takes a key ring off his belt and walks out from behind the bar, lifts open the counter and puts it back down, and he goes over to what appears to be like a locked closet, opens it up, and it's just a bunch of pillows, a bunch of blankets and things like that in there. Grabs those and hands you a spare blanket and pillow.
Excellent. I'll hoard them all on the airline, so no one may use them.
I mean, as a player, my next action is just to wait. I press the T key and then draw the little wait timer to 24
Waiting
hours.
but not sleeping.
Is that Skyrim?
Yes.
Okay, well, as long as you didn't press F.
So pay respect.
Yeah. Because you have none.
Oh man. That's right.
Boom! Roasted. Alright, so, what are you all doing for the next 57 minutes at least?
I was gonna go to the room and check out the bathing accommodations.
Okay. One of the rooms, one of your 3 rooms, has a partition with a tub behind it.
All right. Well, there's where I'm at for 58 minutes.
Okay.
He shuts the water off at 59 minutes.
I hate these guys.
It does not have a faucet, but there are buckets of water that are next to it. That it looks like a row of buckets, and they're sitting on a small counter above lit flame, like candles below.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very nice.
not self-fulfilling.
Well, it's okay.
Oh,
As long as they're already
it's
filled.
a one shot.
That's all I need.
Yeah, one shots. Very used to those. Okay, what's everybody else doing?
How much time passed since I was in the bathroom? It was just like a handful of minutes for
A
conversation.
couple minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay.
Three at this point.
3 minutes.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna read through my notes and stuff.
Oh,
Who's oh, you're writing this
Did,
week.
so we are supposed to wait here for the group, the people to come pick us up for the meeting with Menphalia.
Yeah, that's what the guy says.
I don't know if Jimmy heard that.
Oh, okay.
No, and I rescind my dibs on the journal this week because I wrote more than I expected to with the
So
last
who's
week's
up for
journal.
journal then?
Eric's after Jimmy.
Eric, you good to write this week?
This week?
Yeah, this session.
I mean, possibly, but I came in late, and then I'm probably gonna be on it, in and out. It's just hard right now.
This week?
Well, I'm next in rotation, so I could do it.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay, we'll put you on it.
That's great because I'm functioning on 3 hours of sleep. So.
I did not sleep well at all last night.
I slept
Yeah.
like a baby, kicking and screaming.
I know what that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very tired too, but I'm good enough to play.
I got plenty of caffeine, but
Yeah.
yes, I was asking at the time because it's still mid to late afternoon then
Yeah.
because not a lot of
It's
time.
not-
Oh yeah, almost no time.
Yeah. I'm just watching the frog guts off me and trying to freshen up a little bit.
Kevin went into his room, which happens to be the one that has the bathtub. So you were in the same room right now?
There's a
Yeah,
partition.
sure. But I wasn't using it though.
No, of course not. Kevin and Deus go way back. Yeah. Where is? Are you still there, John?
Yep. No. Did you
Okay.
say something to me?
No, you're just in the same room where Deus is bathing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, if the tub's big enough, I'd invite him in.
I mean, if they have to supply the water in
Oh,
individual.
hey, DX, you want me to help you with that bath?
The bath I'm sitting in? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on
Hey,
in.
You want me to pour water there and like try to warm it up?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Kevin.
Hey,
You're so
no
helpful.
problem.
What's that Chris
I love that
Farley
friendship
movie
that you guys have.
where he was the explorer?
Oh, he's the
It
explorer.
was
Dora the Explorer?
No, it was Chris Farley, and he was. It was the
Beverly Hills Ninja.
No, but it was an.
that's possible.
I think it was Chris Farley.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy is what I'm. That's
Fat man in a little coat.
Wagons East. No, that
Wagon-
was John Candy.
It's not planes, trains, and automobiles either.
That was also John Candy.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's.
Canadian bacon.
It was Almost Heroes.
Yeah. That one. There's a bath scene where he gets in the bath and it just comes out disgusting since the first bath he'd had in like 6 years.
Okay.
That's what I pictured Kevin
Wait, who
He's
else?
getting in your
Matthew
bath.
Perry, isn't that right?
Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the not Lewis and Clark.
Yeah.
Was that Matthew Perry before Friends?
No, I think it was during.
Didn't Chris Farley die in the early 90s?
No,
He did.
like
That
98.
film was
It was Matthew
98.
Perry.
Of a heart attack and because of cocaine and stuff.
Oh yeah. I think it was 98. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
so sad that he died. He would have been such a generational talent.
Yeah, I agree.
He was, but still.
Want some?
David,
finish off.
I'm good with what this is real strong stuff. So, I'm good.
Finish it off.
No.
I want to actually be able to describe things. I mean, more than I normally am able to.
Yeah.
Okay, so if none of you are doing anything else for the next 58
Sherbin's actually going to take a walk around Vesper Bay.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Nothing in particular. She's just taking a walk around, seeing if there's anything of note, anyone acting a little sus or whatnot, as sus as the barkeep.
It seems like as anti-sus as you can be. Everybody's minding their own business. It doesn't appear anybody's staring at you. Nobody seems to be doing anything shady. I mean, you see a guy who appears to be handing something off to a sailor and getting money, like a small bag of coins in return. But aside from that, you don't really see much. Probably the oddest thing that you see here is an Elizin in robes sitting... are you wearing robes, Sid?
I'm kind of wearing it like a tabard underneath, like the studded.
Okay. So you see an Elizin sitting with their feet over the side of the pier, and it's Sid.
Push him.
Sid's having an Otis Redding moment.
I was thinking about.
What was that?
Is that Sid's having an Otis Redding moment?
Sitting by the dock of the bay.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Sorry. Okay. So you don't find anything too out of the ordinary?
Okay. So she'll make her way over to Sid. She also has her little parasol out. She doesn't want her vampire tan ruined.
Love it. Okay, are you gonna sit down?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Maybe. She'll just
Kevin was trying
approach
to
him
get
from
her
behind.
to sit down.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo! Oh, Sid. Hello, Sid.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Big summer clouds.
Well, it looks like we've got a little somewhere with our barkeep friend. It turns out Yes. It turns out thanks to our persuasive friend Fifi, he did know about Urion J and Minfilia, as well as Papa Limo. Apparently, all three of them know each other, and they are a part of a group called the Scions. I haven't heard of them before, but apparently the barkeep was supposed.
My fault. Is Circle of Knowing, not Scions. I said the
Oh,
wrong thing.
okay.
Blame
Okay,
you.
gotcha.
Go ahead.
And that, yeah, 'cause the Circle of Knowing is already known to us
Correct.
as an entity.
Correct. Yeah. So it was just me misspeaking. That's it.
Okay. So apparently, according to the barkeep, he's supposed to be sort of like the first checkpoint as far as whether or not we would be allowed to have a meeting with Sid Scion. But I think Fifi might have been able to work her magic. And we might have an in with them. So right now it's a bit of a waiting game as far as whether or not we'll be able to see them tomorrow at the inn.
And nothing is currently catastrophic, correct?
Currently, no. Kevin actually, I think he got his feelings hurt. He actually, he sounded a little bit pouty and went to his room. I think he might be talking about something, but I'm not quite sure.
Kevin's a lot. Well, there's more to Kevin than a lot of people think.
Yes, mixed sides to him.
That's what he wrote in the letter to the dean.
Dean's his first.
I mean,
There's some guy named Dean. Like, yeah, it's okay.
Kevin, he wants to go home. That's all he wants. He wants to get back to his family, and I assume a lot of those guys want to go back to where they're from.
I don't blame him. He did mention how much he misses his wife and his children. Anyway.
For all of his foibles, he is devoted. I'll give him that much. What are you planning on doing after all this?
Well, after this,
Jess, you're cutting in and out again.
let me hop in and out. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty clear.
No.
I mean, in and out. She was in.
It's also what a hamburger is all about.
Yeah, overrated hamburgers.
What?
Jess agreed.
Fine.
Whoa,
They're
whoa.
fine. What do you mean overrated? Like,
I agree, they're fine, but they are overrated.
I feel like you're talking to the wrong ratings committee because I don't think they're overrated. I think they're
They're rated. They're just rated.
They're rated.
I would give them like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I do agree with Jimmy in the sense that the traffic should not be going down the street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
because
but
they
just
are.
because it takes me too long to get my burger.
Yeah. Exactly.
My
Does this sound better? A little bit?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Yay.
You did the
What
old
were we
and out.
talking about?
What are you
Oh.
planning on doing after all this? After the
On the
business
101.
here and even the business with the gleaners when we get your eggs?
Well, I think after I get the eggs, I think I'll stop and visit my tribe, since we'll actually be in the steppe when we're looking for the eggs. So it'll be nice to see some of my husbands and my children again
I can
for
imagine
the next
that'd be
big
nice.
assignment. What about
Not
you?
Well, I don't know. I don't really plan on going back to Cliffside, even though Kevin would like me to, and I think he might think that that's the plan. I've always told him that I didn't plan on it.
Right.
There's
Well-
nothing there for me anymore.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you don't have to go back if you don't want to. And plus, with what happened in Ishgard, you have a new place to grow your roots.
To tell you the truth, I don't know that I want any of that either. But
Really?
I'm not a noble. I'm a teacher.
Well, who said you can't be both? I mean, you've already stirred up things quite a bit with that ball of yours. So who knows? I don't think it would be that far-fetched to have a noble by day and teacher by night, or vice versa.
How much time has passed?
Not long.
Yeah.
Did you want to do something?
Nope.
Free
I'll
drinks.
just keep reading my notes until about 55 minutes have passed.
Okay. Well,
Then it's fine.
It's been like 15 minutes so far.
Well, I don't know. I just haven't found anywhere I fit yet. So maybe that'll be here, or maybe that'll come along as time goes on. I don't think I really fit in with the Ishgard crowd too much.
Well, maybe not the nobles, but have you thought about maybe teaching for the orphans in the broom?
Something I might consider.
No. Well, it sounds like you made a bit of a difference in Cliffside with your teaching. I know Kevin thinks the world of you for helping him graduate. So, suffice to say, it wouldn't be too far-fetched for you to help out some other unfortunate people, children in the broom. I know they need all the help they can get.
As far as I'm concerned, those people should have a lot more than they do. But I
Well,
can't change everything in a night.
No, definitely not. But I think you're in a better position to do so than most.
Well, I hope you didn't think that the dance was just to prove a point.
Oh, no, of course not. I thought it was lovely. And a very good point made, too.
Well, that's not at all why I considered it, but fact
Very
of the
nice. Very nice touch with the water walking.
well, I mean, that just made sense in terms of height difference. I mean, without it, I think it wouldn't have really worked out
Oh,
very
of
well.
course.
Tea?
Oh, I'd love some, thank you.
I'll dump out the remainder of the the brandy one and pour actual non-brandy version, but show her the bottle if she so decides.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm a bit of a lightweight.
Myself included. That's why I've only had a little bit, but can't let it go to waste, I suppose.
As he hands you the bottle, he falls into the ocean. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, Fred, my L is in the ears here. Splash outside.
Harry comes running out and dives into the
Harry
water.
would be both the best and worst lifeguard. You will see everyone drowning and do nothing about it.
I'll just talk about it. I saw another person drown today. Did you do anything? Life doesn't
Swept
work.
away by the sea, like all of life's troubles eventually.
Did everybody split off to rooms and all that?
Well, some of us have. I know Deus and Kevin have gone to their rooms. Fifi is looking over some of her notes in the bar. Harry is Harry.
Well, that was the first mission in the war. Let me
That was really
and-
or just
I'll probably spend my night out here again, like I did in Horizon. Since being here so long, it's been tougher for me to stay enclosed.
All right. Well, if you plan on getting any sleep tonight, I suggest finding a spot early, since there's only 3 rooms to divide between the lot of us. So, if you'd like to get to bed, pick one now.
Under the stars is just as good. And it seems safe enough around here.
Sherbin
Right.
says, "Come fuck me." Sid says, "I don't pick up your signals."
That sounds like my life. I don't know signals.
You think Sid gonna know signals? Oh, by the way, Sherbin, you know, when we were at Gold Saucer, I saw a bunch of, bars, restaurants, and all that. They're pretty well known for that, yeah?
The Gold Saucer? Yes. From the brochures they had on the airship, they seem to have quite a few very fine establishments there. Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, if we get through all this and everything's kind of stable, would you maybe want to go have dinner there once?
Sure.
God damn
I
it!
think
Now
I
one of
did-
you are damned to die. Sorry, keep going.
Yesterday dinner.
Keep going. I saw you ruined the moment. Keep going. I'm so sorry.
I thought we were gonna fight dragons. This is a fucking dating simulator.
Dungeons and Dragons, everyone.
Stardew Valley.
We're Stardew Valley, man.
Well,
Doing one.
handle tomorrow and see where it brings us, huh?
All right. I think that's a fine idea. All right. Well, I'm going to head back. Thank you very much for the drink and a nice little chat.
Of course.
Sleep tight.
Have a good night.
He says in the middle of the afternoon. Okay, so we'll just. Nobody else had anything that they want to do during this time frame. There's 5 minutes left of your spell, Lampivi.
I'll recast it.
For another hour.
Are you gonna do this all night?
I mean, if she's gonna sleep,
I
she's
can
gonna
only
lose
cast
spell.
Charm Person 4 times. It's a level
I
1
can
spell.
cast it also. How many spells do I have? How many spells did I use?
I don't know. You tell me.
We
How
do
much
it
more
in
time do you have on
shifts.
a shift? That's
All
the
right.
question.
You only have a couple, like maybe 3
Well, I rolled
second
a
level
4,
slots with your
so-
multi-classing.
But Charm Person's a first level spell.
Is it? I thought it was a second.
It's level 1.
Oh, then never mind. You probably have 3 or 4.
So I mean, we can get
Plus
this
your
going
upcasting.
for the whole rest.
Yeah,
So
but
there you
that
go.
means you're not gonna rest.
No,
You would need at least
I
3
cast it,
people.
go to sleep.
You'd need 3 people to alternate casting it with your.
And he has to fail every time.
And he has to fail every time, and then somebody's waking up with not all their spell slots restored. Whoever got
Well,
last.
so we're gonna have to close.
But worth it.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Keeping the bar open all night, that's worth it.
What do you mean you comped the entire bar?
Okay.
I'm gonna look up
Fred's getting fired.
Him being
look up
your
over
friend.
my book. Like, Fred, you doing okay over there?
Yeah, I'm great. I seem to have been cleaning this one glass for the last 20 minutes, but guess I'll keep doing that.
That's most
Pretty
barkeeps in
shiny.
video games.
Yeah.
Attention to detail.
Just because you use Charm Person and they consider you to be a friend does not mean they go out of the way to do things that they normally wouldn't. I mean,
Correct.
within a certain, thank you, within a certain degree there. Like, they'll help you out if they can, but their normal routine is still their normal routine, and they still know everything about themselves.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
Their attitude towards you is friendly. That's basically what their spell says, right?
The fact that you keep using Charm Person does not mean that he'll stay here indefinitely or that he'll keep the bar open all night. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, for a friend, they might. Come on, Fred. We're friends now. Don't you want to keep the
Fred.
bar all open?
Ready?
I know from a divine source that you still know everything about yourself. So tell me about yourself, Fred. What are your hopes? What are your dreams? What do you hope to get out of this, what we call life? It's a river flowing over rocks.
Well, I don't really have a lot of personal aspirations. I kind of just my biggest goal is he seems a little bit drunk at this point. My biggest goal. He pours you one and pours himself one. I just want to ensure the salvation and continuation of our world. You know what I mean?
You know, Fred, we are a group of adventurers. We go out, we fight
Told me
evil.
like 8 times.
We protect the weak. We could use someone like you to carry our stuff.
I'm not a fighter.
No, you wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to
Another
fight.
supporter. He's
You
a
would be a
And
fighter.
it's only Fifi and Harry in the bar right now.
And Fred. Don't
And-
forget Fred.
Yeah.
Fred is part of the
an
group
important
now.
part of the bar.
You would be the car. You're holding
I
us
went to
up.
the bath, right?
Yeah.
Then
Another
yes, yes, it's just the two of them in the bar. Well, Genbu's there, but he's asleep in his chair. Yeah.
Don't
And so is
ignore
Omega.
him.
Genbu's actually asleep on Omega's shoulder.
No, you can pay attention to her. Ignore him.
Omega's
Even
asleep
asleep
too.
is a pervert.
She doesn't consent to the
It's a good
shoulder.
thing he's asleep, or he would have followed Millie to the public bath.
Probably.
I am going to the bath.
So you get. I'm.
You would ensure the safety of the world as we fight the evils. In fact, I'm on a mission myself to find this
He
Mantillion.
looks down at his arms, and he's kind of scrawny. He's like, I don't really think I'm fit to be a pack.
You know, it's not about physical strength. It's about Hada's chest. It's what's in there. It's your heart.
Oof, that was kind of a hard hit.
Don't worry, I'm a healer.
I was gonna say use Millie as a comparison, but her heart's not great either.
Millie's gone. This is work it out. I have 2 cups of
I
coffee.
prefer to fight my battles on.
Reddit threads.
I'm actually moderating 3 different subreddits.
Oh my god, that just reminds me when the streamer Asmongold
He's-
was.
Famous.
Yeah, he's really famous. He was playing through A Realm Reborn. He referred to Alphino as a Redditor. So anytime he saw him, he's like, "There's the Redditor." Yeah. So.
Didn't he?
Maybe
in,
not.
For a Realm Reborn Alpha Note, that is very accurate.
Yes.
Ted Cruz. No.
Ted Cruz is a piece of shit.
No, but like he and Ted Cruz had a meeting.
They didn't, but Ted Cruz said he would. They were gonna they were gonna discuss.
That's all I want to talk about.
Well,
I want to
no,
talk.
it was loot.
No.
It was loot boxes in games,
Right, which is bullshit.
and they are bullshit. And he's like, well, okay, I'll speak to a senator if he wants to talk to me. He doesn't particularly like Ted Cruz.
No one.
But yeah.
What does Ted Cruz know about loot boxes?
He plays game like he said. There's a quote where Ted Cruz says like, "I don't like loot boxes; they're gambling. But sometimes when I play games, I like to jump ahead, so I will buy
Did
them."
he say that?
He had. I mean, I am paraphrasing from a half remembered thing, but he was in the first
He was talking about it on
3
his
sentences
podcast or something like
Yeah,
that.
the first 3 sentences, he's like, "Yeah, I'm a gamer, guys. Vote for me, young people."
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
that
like
makes sense.
I don't like loot boxes, but I do play games, and sometimes
I don't
it's
for 1 second
useful.
believe that.
I think he really does, but sometimes it's useful to jump ahead. So I see why paying money to win is good.
Yeah, but that makes everyone else fucking hate you.
It's Ted Cruz.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's why everyone hates him, because he jumps ahead in games.
Lindsey Graham has a quote. Who was
Fuck
it?
Lindsey Graham too. Anyway, let's get back to the game.
One prominent Republican. No. I forgot his name, but a senator who did resign, Al Franken, said, "I like Ted
He's not a
Cruz."
Republican.
No, he's not. He's a Democrat,
Yeah.
right? But he said, "I like Ted Cruz. I don't like Ted Cruz, but I like Ted Cruz more than most people."
Interesting.
He's not a likable guy. That's my 6 degrees of separation random fact, and I return back to trying to recruit Fred to our party.
It's not really my scene. My battlefield is a war of mind.
You see, we have on Fifi, wherever she is. We have
Right there.
Kevin, a great thinker, so he thinks. We are a party that not only defeats enemies in the flesh, but also the mind. Say I, who've been here for all of 5 days.
Day and a half.
Day and a half. Well, it's been 5 days without a drink.
Maybe it was 2.
Fred, I think
you literally have a drink in front of you.
Fred, I think that you would be very helpful in our group, and I think it would be in your best interest to join us as our porter.
Look,
In fact,
I
an
know.
ale.
I know. I seem very wizened, and he pours another. I know I seem very wizened, but I'm 18, and I still have aspirations to go to school.
You won't learn anything in school. We have a professor here. You can get tutoring on the way. You will learn.
Who's the professor? He's outside of the.
Oh, never mind. They're having a moment.
No, Sherbin actually walks back into the establishment at this point. You did say you were walking away from him, right? Yes. Yoo-hoo!
Woohoo!
Big Vespa Bay blowout. Sorry, I couldn't help it. This is good stuff.
Basil Hayden
Thanks
is
for
a
bringing
good
it, Chris.
maltster.
What'd you say?
Basil Hayden is a good maltster.
That's Basil.
Basil.
But Maltster?
Person who makes malt liquor.
Person who uses malts to make liquor.
I didn't know that was a
I
thing.
thought it was like a bug that molts.
That would be a malt.
Malter. Well, what
Yeah,
you
he
think?
writes music.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Wolfie.
Not currently, he doesn't.
How do you know?
Zombie Mozart.
Yeah. Okay, so Sherbin just walked in. You see Lanfifi and Harry awake, pestering Fred to join the group. Well, at least Harry is. Lanfifi's still reading notes. And Omega and Genbu are asleep in chairs.
Sherbin's just going to walk past that and into one of the rooms to try to find a bed.
Oh, good night.
Good night. Good night.
Pick the Deus Kevin room. Pick the Deus Kevin room.
Oh, let's see what
We need an outside observer.
Not the Deus Kevin room.
Oh.
You're in an empty room.
Too bad, because she would have heard me say, "Okay, Kevin, stop washing my feet. I have to get dressed."
Actually, you hear that as you're about to open the door.
Nope. Nope.
I mean, I feel like that's Sherbin's call if she goes in after hearing that.
You go in after hearing that and you walk away.
Don't take her agency.
I mean, I feel like I know what you would do pretty
Yeah.
well, but... Okay, so, I think my place is here.
Fred, you've
Doing
only been
good
here
work.
2 years.
Yeah.
What about, you started here when you were 16?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm a man.
Oh, man.
It's pretty much exactly what he's doing.
It's
A
like
mountain
our
man.
carriage driver that we never found.
What
He's
do I
in a
have
better
to him?
place.
Not listening to Kevin's sex ed.
Life is like a river.
Anywhere is better than listening to Kevin's sex ed.
Can confirm.
He knows more
That's why
about
he
it
wrote
than
the
most
deed.
people here, aside from Sherman, so...
There he gets around.
You're just making assumptions about poor Professor Sid.
Yes, I am.
You said he didn't teach it, so it was like the first mill he'd ever
He
heard
did
of it,
know
other
Miss
than
Miller.
Yeah, well, sue him for not wanting to teach 13-year-olds about sex.
Does Cliffside have a civil court system?
Cliffside? Not really. It was run by a magistrate. So
Hey, magistrate, tell him to give me money.
you had no concept of
Oh.
money.
So no one could sue him.
Exactly. It would be people that end up getting banished, which very rarely happen.
Yeah, we don't want that. Right, I guess Harry has to sleep eventually, but he will spend every waking hour trying to convince Fred to join us before he finally has to go to bed.
Okay. Hey, it's how many times do you get to cast it, Lanfifi?
I will cast the other time.
4 times,
Okay.
and then I'll go to
It
bed.
gets about midnight, and hey Harry, I've been having a great time talking to you, and bye Lanfifi. I've been having a great time talking to you both, but I was supposed to get off like 2 hours ago and close up the place.
See, Fred, you're already going above and beyond what you need to do to support the group. You're already our porter. Why not continue?
I gotta go home before it gets too late. I don't want to get eaten by frogs.
You know, we kill frogs. So no one would ever have to worry about getting eaten by frogs on the way home again. Think about all the good you'd be doing there, Fred. No one would have to worry about frogs if you were with us.
You're a good boy, Fred. Stay nice.
Thanks, Lanfifi. Good to meet you and become
I'll
such
take
fast
this
friends.
to my room.
Okay.
And I'll go to the room. What the? Washing feet? No, next room.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's
many
midnight,
hours.
it's been done.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would think it'd be done by now.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
what?
some very deep cleaning.
Very deep.
Very
He's very
deep.
thorough, which is
Buffing
why he's
the
the pedicure.
people.
That's
Yeah.
why he's the
Yeah,
farmer
pedicure.
in the group. Yeah. So what I would do, I would take my bedroll and I'd go out to the pier where we saw Sid, and I would set up my bedroll next to him, and I'd just lay down and tell him good night.
Did you know that Sid would be there when you got there? Like, was that the intention, or did you want to sleep outside?
Well, I have a feeling that he's probably going to be out there since the last time we were in. He was out there too.
Okay.
So I'm just going to keep him company while I'm sleeping.
So it's gotten a little chilly outside. The sea air is fairly cold. Sid, do you still have your shoes off sitting on the pier, or what are you doing? Is he frozen?
I think so.
I think he's thinking intently.
He hasn't blinked. For a while.
That's how intent he's thinking.
I see his. Oh, there he goes.
No, I didn't mean to be. I heard you all. You guys weren't.
frozen in this pose for like a minute and a half.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, no, he's still there. He's just hanging out, kind of half dozing. When he sees Deus, I just smile and nod and offer the teapot and brandy bottle if she wants it.
The tea is not cold anymore by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, it's hot. Well, hot tea out there all this
It's
time.
not warm anymore.
Oh, that's what it
Thermos.
is. Okay.
Iced tea is fine too.
Thank you, Professor. I'm sure the brandy will warm me up fine.
I hear she's a fine girl.
Yes. Why she would be.
Okay, so you lay down next to Sid. Sid just chilling, hopefully not falling asleep and falling into the water.
I'm kind of leaning back in such a way that I would fall back onto the pier before I would fall.
Man, I'm
forward
getting
into the water.
that just you describing that makes my arms hurt.
Elbows.
Still, it's just the strain it would put on my shoulders. I'm like, oh.
Sid is a moderately athletic guy, kind
I'm
of.
Okay. Yes, I'm gonna take you out later.
Bam.
Good boy. Okay. So, anyone else doing anything during this night? Millie, are you still in the baths?
No,
It was more of a public shower kind of thing.
no, she just cleaned off to get all the frog guts off of her.
And chalk.
Frog guts, chalk. Check out the bruises from the crushed ribs.
Yeah. They're pretty bad. You see little scars where your ribs were poking out of your body.
Fun
Scars on top of scars.
Yep. But in a funny coincidence, yet I did it first moment, Millie takes her bedroll and pillow that she asked for and goes on the roof to also sleep outside.
Climb up to the roof of the...
You said it was one story.
I did. Okay, sure. I'm not going to make you roll for it.
It's gonna be Box of Summer. No, she wanted to sleep under the moon,
Okay.
not the stars. Moon's better.
Athena.
Yep, exactly. But I did it first, or I foreshadowed it first, technically.
All right. Well, when you were up there trying to get to sleep, you actually hear the door open below, and you see Fred, and he's closing the door and actually locking it, so no longer swings. And you see him put the keys away and walk out the gate that you entered in, so back towards Horizon. But he already mentioned that he lives not in Horizon. He lives in the cove nearby.
Cave.
Wait, so like distinctly not going in the direction where he lives?
No, he
No,
is.
he's going
Oh.
home.
Yeah.
Misunderstood.
Yeah. But that's what you see. Big fire hazard.
Yeah.
The front door is locked. So.
Wait, so who's behind the bar now?
Nice knowing you.
It's a very
That is
honor
incorrect,
system
'cause
establishment.
Harry is now behind the bar.
No.
Well, it seems that we are now running this joint. Fifi, are you still there?
I went to bed.
This will keep you studying longer. I don't know what it
She went to
is,
bed,
but it's a
didn't
bottle
she?
of something.
She went
Cold
to
brew.
Yeah, I went to bed.
I guess Harry's been drank so much he thinks he's still there.
You see Omega, who is about 4 times as big as Land Fifi, and you assume that Omega's Land Fifi.
One for you, one for me.
She snores.
Good point.
He's just talking to Omega's kneecap.
2 for me, 1 for you.
What was that?
He's just talking to Omega's kneecap. I just picture her having her legs crossed up on the table.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You've had too much. I'll take this one.
I need you to roll a Constitution saving
Oh,
throw.
hell yeah. I rolled a 6, and it's probably like 7. It's probably it was a 6. It's no better than 10.
Okay. Well, it doesn't. The number actually does matter for me
No.
because there's a big difference between 6 and 10.
6 plus 0, so 6.
Okay. In that case, Harry, despite the damage that you've already done to your liver and preparing it to be able to take the onslaught of alcohol that you have described tonight, you are going to have a massive hangover tomorrow,
Sure.
and you will have disadvantage. You're basically gonna have the same effects as a level of exhaustion.
Okay, so 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah, but you're also nauseated.
That's like the poison condition, but different.
Right. It's my own version of the poison condition.
Might be dead.
You could just put poison, but the effect, it's not fucking with your attacks so much, it's making it so that you might get stunned for a round because you vomit. Or you're dry heaving, one of the two.
So I guess I collapse and sleep for an uninterrupted 8 hours behind the bar.
Somehow.
Get my spells back.
Harry is actually the first person to wake up because he's being kicked.
Ah. Like life, kicking you in the ribs when you need to.
Like it ain't for your face instead.
Who is it?
You look up and you see a very tall, burly Rogadin woman.
Well, it seems that I was the bulwark against all potential thieves in this establishment. And I seem to have fallen asleep on the job. What is your name?
Zima.
Zima. Pleasure to meet you. Harry. Harry Jerome Breen. I'll go back and sit at the bar.
Yeah, that's where you belong. Surprised you could even walk.
Give me a rum. Morning's about to begin.
She looks at the pool of vomit on the floor that next to your face.
I didn't
and
roll
bit-
for the vomit.
That was Fred.
You rolled low enough on your Constitution save throw. You've got chunks of it in your beard right now.
Wait, did I have
think you have enough.
inspiration?
No.
Oh, damn it, I want to use it on that.
What would you have had inspiration from?
Voting?
Yeah, good answer. That is a good answer.
No, I got my ballot today. Fill it out. I haven't mailed it in.
Oh, man.
Okay, yes, you can have it. If you haven't mailed it in yet.
He hasn't officially voted yet, so I would say-
I could change my vote.
I would come back in at this point with the mug and the tea kettle to bring it back to the bar. Now
You
that
don't
it's
see
open
Fred.
again.
You see a tall Rogadin woman who's scowling at Harry, like staring daggers into him as Harry is just kind of like at the bar with his head on his hands.
I'm keeping my head high.
Okay, his head's high, but he's got his hand next to it.
This could have been.
Those are the most sensitive organ.
There could have been a worse thing for me to walk into. Good morning.
Good morning. Does this one belong to you?
He does.
And we all belong to this terrible bitch we call life.
I
Oh,
cast
you get to clean up after him.
I cast prestidigitation and clean that up.
That's a handy trick. How'd you do that?
Just something I learned along the way.
Okay. Huh.
How you doing, Harry?
You know, life is like a river.
I mean physically, not mentally.
You know, I never thought of it like that. Very wise, Professor. I see why you're a man of letters.
Any headache, stomach ache?
No. No.
It's like you're lying. Okay. You would have, or well, Sid came in. Are you coming with Sid?
Did he wake me up?
Did you?
Just made sure she was still warm and let her continue to sleep if she wanted to. I didn't.
Sleep.
Still warm.
Well, she had her sleeping bag on her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would.
What did you think? Was that innuendo? Is that
Like,
what you
no, I
thought?
thought like, is she
No.
dead?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
I'm pretty sure I'm
And I assume you saw DX and
Yeah,
Kevin sleeping
okay.
next to each other.
So after sleeping in for a good amount of time, I'm
Okay.
gonna get up, roll up my bedroll, put on my small clothes, put on my regular clothes.
Wait, you were slept naked outside?
Doesn't everybody?
Okay, I like it.
Well, naked in a bedroll, so it's naked in a sleep.
Yeah.
You get naked before you get in the bedroll usually.
Yeah, so Sid was probably.
Ma'am, do you guys have any food, herbs back there?
Herbs?
Yeah, any kind of food and
No.
cooking
We got-
things?
I got crackers you could snack on. I could probably heat up some bacon.
No, I was just gonna try to make something for Harry here, maybe soothe him a bit if I could.
You're adventurers, right?
Yeah.
Use your rations.
I like Fred more.
I walk out of the room. Oh, good sleep. Oh, hey, Professor. I didn't see you all night.
Yeah, Kevin. I since I'm not really a big fan of being cramped up in a room
Oh,
with a lot of folk.
I get it. Oh, well, good morning. Hey,
Morning.
good morning, regular-sized lady.
Well done. Excuse me?
Oh, no, nothing. Hey, what you got to eat around here?
Oh, well, since you asked so nicely, we got some saltines, and I can heat up some bacon.
I don't know
Or-
what saltines are. Oh, or
Crackers.
no, I'm
or
not
you can
crazy,
just
but
eat your
thank you very
fucking
much. I'm sorry. Oh, what? It's early. It's hard for me to
Okay.
hear things.
Her name is Hassan now because she just called you a cracker.
Oh, Hassan. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, it's Azima. Her name is Azima.
I like Hassan. It makes me laugh. I'm sorry. You said crackers and what now? Bacon.
How do you eat them?
Yeah. I'd be up for some crackers and bacon. You got any eggs back there as well?
No.
How about burgers? You got burgers?
No.
All right. Crackers and bacon it is then.
Breakfast chicken. All right.
What was your name?
Azima.
Azima. We used to have this non-alcoholic drink called Azima. We gave it to the kids from time to time.
I knew it. As soon as I said her name and realized she'd be working in the bar, I'm like, who's gonna make the non-alcoholic beer joke? I knew it.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd that Fred guy go? He was certainly an interesting chap. He started out all nice, and then he was real mean to my friends.
It's not
Is he
his
usually
shift.
like that?
I am assuming he's at home. This is my shift, not his. And it's his bacon that we're about to break into, so maybe she'll leave a little extra money for him.
We can do that. Any pickles or lemons back there?
I have... Oh, let me check. Well, it looks like I have saltine crackers and bacon.
Oh, right. Are they next to pickles and lemon? I'm confused.
Oh, let me check again.
No, Kevin.
Is there any form of refrigeration? How are you keeping this bacon?
What's the icebox?
She opens the icebox.
I see. And how are you going to heat that?
She points over. There's a small stove in here.
Right. So you have a stove in this establishment, but you don't have any other food to cook on it except this man's personal bacon?
It's for heating. Like coffee.
Oh, wait a second. We got some frog legs.
No,
Hey,
it's like a radiator. It keeps the room warm. That's what they use it for mainly, but it also could be used for cooking. It's a
Cast iron stove.
Yeah, it's a 2-in-1 kind of thing.
Where's Gabu? Don't we have some of those frog legs we could warm up?
He is just snoring up a storm, and drooling on Omega's shoulder, who's also asleep.
Kavaha, get the legs. We're cooking those.
Hey, would you like to drink some? Would you like to share some frog legs with us, Zima? Fresh as to be yesterday.
Does he have a bag of holding?
I don't know.
He just had a.
He has cargo pop.
And it's carrying
He's been walking around
giant
like
frog legs this entire time.
Yeah, that's how
I
we started.
believe Dustin's intention was to cook them for dinner that night.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll just say that you cooked them this morning and they kept all night.
Yeah.
Somebody has bags of holding.
Yeah,
Sid, sure.
I don't think Sid wants
So,
to put.
so once you cook them,
Frog
you could put them in the bag to hold on to. Now the thing is, the stove is not big enough for these frog legs, so you're going to need to cut them up or break them apart before you put them on the stove. So we're just going to say that the process of cooking them takes about an hour to prepare the food and then heat it up.
Nothing like bacon, frog legs, and crackers for breakfast. I sure love me a cracker.
Frog legs poisonous.
What?
If they're cooked, they're fine.
Not every frog is poisonous now.
Well, no, but you said that Gembu got sick from eating.
But
the
yeah,
frog
prior to cooking, they can't be eaten raw.
Uncooked frog.
Yeah. Or you might start hallucinating.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we set out and go.
They're going to be finding us here, Kevin.
If they're finding us here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Million
that's
times I
convenient.
Yeah, I was
we were. Papa Limo told us to wait here.
Did, but
Okay, yeah. All right then. Oh, it's been a little bit of time, so you just gotta sit back and relax. I mean, the casino thing was like at least 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And since then, we ran into some bandits and ran into those frogs, and I pooped in all different kinds of places. Speaking of,
Kevin, I gotta tell you, I don't think you should use pooping areas as a measure of time.
It may be us. Yeah, I think the internet might be frozen on our end.
I think it's Discord because everyone was like freaking out for a sec.
Yeah.
Everyone was.
Okay.
Okay. Try again.
Okay. Seems like it fixes itself.
Yeah, Kevin, I don't think that you should use where you poop as a measure of where you've been.
Oh, why not? I mean, what else would you like to measure? What else should someone measure it by?
Well, I mean, you can measure it by events, but I think in mixed company, talking about pooping is not really polite.
Oh, but we used to talk about poop all the time. I mean, even when we were at dinner, I was talking about poop with you, and you were hitting the family.
You absolutely did often talk about poop at dinner with your family. That was your home, Kevin. I can't tell you what to do in your home, but in public, it might serve you better to hold that back a little bit.
Well, once never hold back a poop, but I hear you, Professor. I won't talk about poop as much. I still need to go do my morning business.
Don't hell.
Millie.
I saw my name there. I know that. It's not about me, Millie. What would you like, Millie? Can you do that crazy thing that you do with the goblin powers? The one that makes me see things.
He needs a pill.
Give him some of the uncooked.
Oh, no, he's asking for the minor illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emilio cast a minor illusion of Kevin literally shitting his ass off.
Okay.
Like, in minor illusion.
See, Professor, how can you say that's not an ingredient? Oh, okay, that's a great one, Millie. Keep that one. Anytime I'm having a bad day, you go ahead and make that illusion go.
It's so cute. It's legitimately touching the way that Kevin sees the world. No, it's just the childlike wonderment.
Poop.
Yes. Kids are like totally interested in that shit. Literally. Okay, so as you guys are having this lovely conversation about poop, the door opens and somebody comes in. Morning, Azima. Don't suppose you've got any of that coffee ready? Yes, yeah, we do. You help yourself. We're just making some frog legs. So I see. Quite a group you've got here. I'll just be taking my coffee and going.
Oh, no, hey, stranger, we got enough frog legs for everyone. If you'd like to come and have some breakfast, you're more than welcome to sit down with us.
I must say, the smell is rather enticing.
Yeah.
Morning, everybody. What the hell is that?
That would be frog legs. Yeah, sir. Pull up a chair. More the merrier.
Color me interested. I'll try it. I wonder if they go well with coffee. As he walks over and he pours himself a cup, and then sits at one of the empty tables.
No, you have to die.
Already, if you want to try these guys.
I'm not gonna.
I couldn't hear you. You seem a little far away from your mic.
Oh, I said I have these two guys ready for you if you want me to color you.
You made the same joke.
Mm-hmm.
That's because it's a good
Big minds
joke.
think alike.
It's a good joke.
Oh, I mean, yeah, what you said.
I'm gonna watch to see if he dies or anything.
If he dies,
Or anything.
Or anything.
That's a die.
from eating the frog legs, are you leaving?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think I only
He doesn't eat it yet because they're not ready. I assume that you guys were still. I was picturing that you were still cooking them. Nobody dug in yet.
How long does it take to cook a giant frog?
It was more the preparation.
The prep, yeah.
What's
It's
the
a small
prep? You
stove.
throw it on.
Well, the prep is you have to take the frog meat off the 4 foot
Oh,
long
you have to
frog
cut
leg.
it.
Yeah. And they're not leaving.
So, what's your name? We're waiting for someone to help us get to a meeting.
I'm not in the habit of giving out my names just willy-nilly to those who I don't know.
Oh, Willie. Pleased to meet you.
Sure, you may call me that.
Friend, what's your real name?
Willie, apparently.
Friend, I, with my insight, see that you are lying. What is your real name? Please tell us.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah. 18.
Yeah, he's keeping it close to his chest, but he wasn't exactly hiding that either.
Yeah. And if we are to share frog legs, certainly we should share names as well. I am Harlois de Lombrine, but everyone calls me Harry.
That's quite a mouthful. I don't think I'll pronounce that correctly.
This is a Harry.
I don't know
name.
why everyone's so secretive.
Yes, it's
Alimo
creepy.
told us to come here, and Minfilia told us to come here, and now everyone's like, why are you guys here?
Minfilia didn't really tell us to come here. She just sent us. Anyway, no, Papa Limo had us wait here, and he told us that somebody would be coming to get us in the morning.
Yeah, I agree with Fifi. Everyone's so
Standing gentleman.
I hear he pays his debts on time,
Inside
but only drinks tea.
Go ahead. No, I'm kidding.
I agree with Fifi.
What about those
Everyone's so
others that you
secretive.
mentioned, though?
Does he know those others?
It just seems like a really weird organization that nobody knows what the hell anyone else is doing.
Some would say that's the best
you know-
organization.
I can't quite say.
It's kind of like how we run.
I'm not sure who you think I am or what organization I'm a part of, but I can assure you I'm just here to enjoy a cup of coffee and frog legs, as long as the price of entry is not my name.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you were part of any organization. I just saw you as a stranger and invited you to have some legs with us.
Yeah.
Well, who would I be if I didn't love legs?
I don't know.
Right.
Who would you be?
We're going to have a full spread of legs. We'll
Boring.
spread them for you.
Boring is the name. Hey.
He's wily.
And I don't think it's necessarily being.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily being secretive, Fifi. I think it's just not everybody needs to put their business on broadcast all the time.
Hey, what'd you say your name
I
again?
mean, I get that, but asking a name?
Hey, what'd you say your name
Names have
was again?
power, Fifi.
If you need a name, you could call me, I don't know, La Habrea.
Okay, I don't know, library. Yeah, what brings you to these parts?
Business.
Oh, okay. I met a nice girl out there that had a business. Did you see her? She was drinking orange juice, selling
How
dyes.
was yesterday, Kevin?
Allison.
Yeah,
Yes, I see
Allison.
Allison daily.
Oh, cool. Hey, yeah. You know, if you use her things, it change the color of what you're wearing.
Yes.
It's incredible. I've never seen something like that in my life.
Yes, I'm intimately aware of what they do. And
I'd
he
like
winks his-
to cast Identify on him. I'm just kidding.
Okay, you cast Identify. He is not a magic object.
So, Willie, what line of work are you in?
Oh, we're going back to Willie now.
Lahamina.
Espionage.
Oh, are you boisterous by chance?
Do I seem boisterous?
The boisterous person was the people the spies saw. He was talking about the prayer of returning.
Perhaps the
No,
spy.
this guy
Does that-
seems pretty
Does
boy
that not
relaxed.
sound obvious to everybody else? Am I the only one?
He did tell us he's a spy.
Okay.
The second thing I asked him. That's pretty.
Well,
much
right.
to me.
Okay, so you know what? He's a good spy.
He's a. What?
He seems pretty boy
he's
relaxed,
small.
not so boisterous.
Those things?
Bad spies, they try to cover it up. Good
Ah,
spies,
I
they
see.
put it out there.
When you say you're a spy, what does that exactly
Very,
mean?
very
I keep hearing the
astute.
term.
Yeah,
I don't quite understand what a spy does.
very astute.
Oh, well, I imagine a spy would collect information about other individuals or organizations or items surreptitiously and report back to their superiors.
Sure.
And what kind of superiors would this hypothetical spy report to?
Probably
Could be
the
anyone. It could be the rulers of a nation.
Ah,
It
hypothetically,
could be
of course.
a hidden organization. It could be a military that is preparing to make a coup or perform a coup. One of the two. Words are hard.
Oh, like pigeons, yeah.
History.
Alright.
Are there any militaries currently preparing to make a coup?
I don't think that's a history lesson.
I don't know.
Common knowledge.
Well,
You may
the
roll-
nearest military you would know is the Garleans,
Garleans.
because they had their outpost a few
Yeah.
malms away.
I mean, like, yeah. So, I mean, just he said something that sounds a little suspicious. It's very specific. A military about to make a coup. Is he maybe referring to something that Harry would have heard rumors about? Oh, so and so military is planning to make a coup. What check is that? Is that just intelligence?
Yeah, we'll call it a general knowledge check, so go with intelligence.
Okay, like 12.
Are you proficient with your brain?
We're
I don't know. I'm not trained in it. I'm not trained in the brain.
Okay.
The only military that you're aware of that is gaining power, more power than should be allotted to them by their government, is the Alamegans.
And are they close enough to where their spy network might have someone in this?
Alamigo is more or less the region in which Alamigo is in, known as Girabania, is more or less adjacent to Gridania.
And we're close to Gridania.
Not exactly.
No.
You're close to Ul'dah.
Well done.
We are within travel distance of Gridania.
But you are from Gridania.
I'm from Gridania. Would the port that we're at have any other ports in
Girabania?
Girabania?
Girabania is landlocked. So no.
Oh, okay. So
The entire region is kind of like mountainous, mountainous desert.
So what I as the player am taking from that is no, he is not insinuating he's a member of that.
That's a good assumption.
Whether that's true, you don't.
It's a good assumption.
So Harry will not move forward with any other.
Well, if we are talking to somebody who is trained in espionage, it would behoove us to, yes, not broadcast our business as well.
That's a smart man.
Oh, speaking of not broadcasting, here's our card. We're adventurers. And I hand him our business card.
Cliffside Inc.
That's right. We're task managers for hire, adventurers for hire. Should you have a problem that you need fixing, we're happy to help.
Give me an example of some of the problems that you fixed.
Recently there was this giant dragon that was terrorizing this nation, and we flew in there and killed a bunch of its spawn and some of these other flying dragons, and ended up killing it and taking its head, and so they ceremoniously gave him the name of Dragon Slayer.
I see.
Title, Dragon Slayer.
I see.
Oh, wait, what she
The
said?
frog legs ready. They smell quite good.
Would it be safe to assume that he's fairly distracted, considering he's having a conversation with about 5 different people right now?
He seems as if he's able to focus on literally everyone in the room while not appearing to be.
Hey, Zima, those frog legs ready? Zima, those frog legs ready? I'll go check.
Well, Zima wasn't cooking them.
Yeah.
I figured it was Sid.
Oh, Spurning!
The door is locked. The
I'll go check on the legs right now.
Sure. They look like they're about ready.
These look like they're about ready. I take off a little piece and
Well done.
right into it.
Well done, legs.
And do I feel any retching?
Nope, they taste really, really good.
No vomiting this time. I think they're ready. And I'm actually going to bring them out. Cut them into kind of smaller, easier pieces to manage, and bring them out with the bacon and the crackers.
Bacon and crackers and frog legs. Got it. So are you serving everybody or what?
So I put it on a big. Hey, Zima, you got a big plate, like a big serving thing? He's not control his own.
Maybe. And she takes off her key ring and goes opens the closet, the one that had all the linen in it, and she moves things around. Oh, there it is, and she pulls out a large serving tray.
Yeah, right next to the pickles and the limes.
Overflowing barrels.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
And you
Extra large lines.
See how it is. Yeah.
I have a breakfast.
Fred would have given us the lines. Maybe some pickles.
So you did not.
I missed that. I think you were cutting out a little, John.
You come sit down with us too. Have some breakfast.
No thanks. I already ate.
Yeah. So I put the bacon, the crackers, a piece of frog leg. All right, here it is.
You're breaking up, John.
Yeah, you sound like you're in a different room.
Okay. I'm not again on the thing. All right, everyone, dig in.
Maybe try closing the call and coming back in, John.
Maybe you just try to close Discord.
Zima, is the coffee make your own, or do you want to take care of that?
I'll put some on,
I appreciate it. Thank
Well,
you.
they're already crap out because
but it's from yesterday.
gross.
Yeah. So she'll go make more. It doesn't take long. We'll just say that she was doing that while you made the frog legs and she poured herself a cup. Go help yourself.
Thank you. Go over and have a cup of coffee. Is everybody down? Everybody out here?
I think so.
Yeah, I think by this point, yeah.
Millie's just skipping around, doing a little dance around the room, waiting for the coffee to be ready.
Is that better, everyone?
Oh yes, much.
Yes. It's just stupid Discord, man. It just does that. I put the big plate down. All right, everyone. Frog legs have been cut up. Crackers are ready. Bacon's been cooked. Dig on in.
I will be pouring coffee for whoever wants it.
Okay.
I'll grab coffee and bacon and frog legs, and I'll tentatively taste the frog legs.
Okay. The frog legs taste surprisingly good. And when you eat a piece of bacon afterwards, you get an idea, or anyone who does gets the idea that
Bacon wrapped frog.
sounds amazing.
Cool.
These are delicious.
It does taste very
Does
good.
Willie eat any?
Willie does. In fact, you see him wrapping bacon around the frog leg and biting into it.
As he's wrapping the bacon around the frog leg, seemingly engaged in his task, Millie's gonna lean over him and grab the coffee and slip a note into his pocket, trying without him noticing.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check, and then
And the little
passive perception.
Yeah, the little dance was guidance.
Ah.
A lot. 21, 28.
Okay.
Yeah, the leaning over.
He doesn't seem
Yeah.
to notice.
Now, library.
Well, I mean, if he didn't notice,
Oh, he'll find it eventually. It's
Hey,
in his
library.
pocket.
We won't in this scene.
whose
What's
library?
What's some spy stuff? What's some spy stuff that you can tell us about? Like, what's the most interesting spy thing you've done that you're allowed to talk about now?
Spying is quite boring, in fact. Do you still believe that I'm a spy?
Why wouldn't I? You told us you were a spy.
Stakeouts, nothing but stakeouts.
Sorry, say that again?
Why wouldn't I? You told us that you were a spy. We're
Well,
really
you know
adventurous.
the concept of lying.
No, I am. I just don't think it's proper to do with people, you know?
Who else would you lie to?
Let's see. Well, I don't lie to God. I don't lie to my family. I don't lie to my
Which one?
friends. The one and true God, Bob. Huh.
No,
I guess I'd lie if, if I thought someone didn't look nice and I didn't want to be rude.
Oh, a white lie.
I mean, we don't gotta bring race into it, but yeah, I guess so.
I knew that was gonna come to. Sure. Well, you know that spies are liars by trade.
Oh,
So if I really was a spy, then maybe I'd be lying, and you wouldn't know.
I'm confused. Are you lying about being a spy, or are you lying that you're lying about being a spy?
Well, I can tell you the answer, but how would you know if I'm lying or not?
It's a good point. Well, then, could you tell us a fun lie about an interesting spy story that you have, since we're sitting here enjoying breakfast?
Sure. All right. Here's a fun lie. I walked into my favorite Jewel of Vesper Bay, we'll call it, and wanted to get some coffee and met a delightful group of people with whom I shared a meal.
Oh, well, that sounds so nice. When was this?
We'll say it was today.
Okay, today. And what happened?
That was it. That was the lie.
Oh, I asked for an interesting story. That wasn't that interesting.
Well, that's what spy life is like.
Yeah. So ask him what the name of the bar was then, Kevin.
Oh, what was the name of the bar?
The Jewel of Vesper Bay.
Yeah, that was the lie though, right? So what was the real name?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We'll call it Fuck Off Over Their Place.
Oh, was that from around here?
They have brandy in that place.
Sure.
We don't have brandy here.
Sure.
But do they have Freddy? That's the question.
Maybe that's where Fred went for his next shift.
Oh, that's right.
He's moonlighting. He has 2 jobs.
He's industrious.
This guy, the Cove of Vespa Bay is a very expensive area. He needs 2 jobs to support
Well,
it.
library, you're from around here, and anything we should know about it? And I appreciate it if you don't lie this time, just so I understand it better.
I've been telling you the truth, but how would you know if I was lying or not?
Oh, right, but tell us about this place. I mean, we've learned a little about this is a bay city. I learned people need to drink orange juice, or else they get the clap. Oh wait, it wasn't the clap. It was
Scurvy, Kevin. It was scurvy.
scurvy. That's right, scurvy. But I'm not allowed to ask people about that. That's rude.
Nor are you allowed to ask about the clap.
Well, it requires a different kind of protection. I don't think orange juice would help with that.
But yeah, you lived here long?
No, I have not lived here long, but I have worked here for a few years now.
Oh, okay.
What kind of work are you in there?
I'm a spy.
Spy work.
Yes,
Interesting.
That's what I told you.
that is what you said.
Good, I just want to make sure I got that straight.
How does one apply to become a spy?
Well, you don't. You're recruited.
I see. Is there a lot of combat training, melee training in becoming a spy?
It depends on the order of your work.
Oh, for whatever hypothetical order that you work for.
Sure.
Yes, there is. So you're a strong combatant, you're saying.
One might say.
I see. Well,
If I were a spy.
if you were a spy, of course. Well, of course, since we are now friends,
You're
you
casting
would
friends
tell
on
me
him?
if you're a spy.
Okay, do I get a roll for that? I know charm
You
person.
do not get a roll for
It
this.
just buffs
You
his
get
skill
advantage.
check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you a
And
spy?
that was Millie's interpret.
Yeah, that's a solid 12.
You have no idea.
Oh, I was asking him. I was being diplomatic
Oh,
or persuasive, whatever it's called anymore.
am I a spy? Well, I have told you literally all morning that I've been sitting here that I'm a spy.
Yeah, there, good.
So what's the what did it like? Kevin asked what it was to be a spy.
Yeah.
That was Millie's
Build
explanation.
reputation without them knowing it too.
Oh, that's-
That's actually a really good explanation. I like that.
Inspiration.
I thought it was being a peeping Tom.
Hey, Professor, didn't you teach us about that thing? It's called a Schlong's cat, where they can be one thing or the other.
Schrodinger's.
It's Millie's cousin.
Had a lot of fun tonight.
I suppose that kind of applies.
Right, he could both be a spy and not a spy unless we look at him and then we can figure out if he's a spy or not.
Right?
Kevin, I don't think that analogy applies here.
Harry, if you've known Kevin long enough, you kind of connect the dots. You see where it kind of applies. But yes, you're not wrong.
Oh, yeah, not wrong is great. That's really what I try to achieve in life, just not being wrong.
Going by the principles of Schlong's cat, as your friend said, he's both wrong and right.
That's
Even
fair.
Well, anyway, I'm so glad we met you. This has been a nuts breakfast. It's always nice to be in a friendly face.
Indeed.
And the coffee shirt here is great.
No, that's not really your
Yes, I believe it is. So, Azima, what's the word? I think they're on the level.
Yeah,
Although-
flat.
Yeah, it's level 1. There's no...
Fred did send me a message last night telling me that it cast a spell on him, and he pretended to go along with it, but he kept an eye on them all night.
Oh, shit.
No, see, Freddy's a good guy.
Fred's a good guy.
Freddy's a good guy.
Fred said singular, so that means he only resisted the one of them. The other cast were successful.
Sure, read into that what you want.
Yeah, yes. I don't care. Millie wasn't around to see that shit
I'm
happening. So
pretty sure. Yeah, he went along with it, quote unquote.
I mean, he could be lying about it. This is me out of character. But he did send her a message saying as much.
My guess.
Yeah, well, I was totally in on it the whole time.
They're on the level.
My guess is exactly it wore off, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I was just doing it to keep an eye on them."
Yeah.
That's why I drink so much.
I visibly kind of relax as they talk to each other.
Wait a second.
Don't do it.
Why do you
Wait,
have a slim?
I don't know. It was here.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Like coming out of your face. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's how Sid's relaxing at the bar. He's just doing the mad.
Wait, Library, I don't read into things well, but were you saying you were coming here to check on us? You're not just some random person that came into the bar?
No, I'm afraid I lied to you, Kevin. I'm not just a random person.
Oh, I didn't think you were the type to lie. Unless you were a spy, then you would be the type to lie. But I'm not sure if you're a spy, so I'm not really sure.
Well, truthfully, I do quite a bit of spying in my line of work. That is the truth.
Well, I will say, regardless of your lying to us, it's been a nice meal, and it's been a pleasure. Why are you checking on us, though?
Well, that would be because I am making sure that you are somebody that I can bring into the circle of knowing, or at least where we are headquartered.
Oh, so you're one of the circle jerks.
Hold that out in your pocket.
That was amazing.
Oh, I got another one too, but I'm not gonna bring it out yet.
Oh, you can say that.
Oh, I never would have guessed. I didn't ask
Yeah,
you in the
Jesus.
beginning.
That's so good.
Doesn't happen to everybody.
That is a fair assessment, yes.
Well, if you were nice, we were gonna call you a jerk.
I think I've been perfectly nice.
And lying.
But I told you I was lying.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, what's the next step then?
Well, the next step is one foot in front of the other out that door and following me.
Can we trust him?
I think we can trust him. I mean, other than the lying or maybe not lying, he seems like a fair fella. He did have breakfast with us.
Any chance we can get an actual name now?
Sure. You may call me Thancred.
Good. Pleasure. Alcido. Sid is fine.
They call me
Sid, you
Kevin.
may call me Fred.
Kevin's waiting.
Okay, let's head to the street.
I heard Craig, and I was very confused for a second.
Yeah.
Craig Ferguson, actually, is my name. I just realized your last name's Ferguson, so never mind.
That's why it's funny. Well, Zima, I'll take one for the road. It's been a pleasure.
Make sure I get that glass back.
I don't need the glass, I just need the bottle. Alright, head out.
Leave some money?
I leave 10 silver.
Oh, that'll do. Goodbye, Thancred. Good luck. Goodbye, Zima. Stay chipper as always.
Stay thirsty, my friend.
Stay thirsty, my friend. Stay turnt, my friends.
There you go. Yeah, that's what Thancred would say.
Or Realm Reborn Thancred would. Yes. Alright, well, follow me, we'll head to our destination. Surprised you're so quiet all of a sudden.
It's only me who's left. Kevin's
Yeah,
still inside.
walking takes effort.
Oh, well, yeah. I haven't got everything. Let's get going.
Oh, I've just now put 2 and 2 together. You can't speak, can you?
No, she lost her voice in a terrible boating accident.
Propeller blades.
Kevin!
I feel like that's not correct, Kevin.
No.
That's not.
It was a lie. I was just trying to learn how to do it. I think, I was trying to be nice.
Well, all right, everyone, let's follow along.
You see him stand up. He's wearing, he's got, more or less like a headband on, but it blends in very well with his hair and face. He's wearing a dust-colored tunic with no sleeves, or excuse me, very short sleeves. And he's got a pair of dark denim pants of some sort with several belts. Too many belts that he doesn't need.
Too many belts.
You
An
see
anime level of belts.
Yeah. The Final Fantasy level of belts.
There you go.
And you see he's got a couple of daggers on either side of his hip on his belts. And he walks with an easy swagger, but he appears very confident, very upright, and yet doesn't call attention to himself. Those who look at him would see that he's confident, but he doesn't do it in a loud way. And he leads you almost straight to where Sid was sitting yesterday. And there is a warehouse off to the side.
With the wares. It was foreshadowed.
Yeah, that's where you needed to go.
You see?
Okay. Well, we'll just go in here, and he opens the door, and you just see a relatively empty room. except at a table, there is a Lalafell woman sitting, and there is a stairway in the back that seems slightly obscured behind a few boxes. But other than that, the majority of this area is pretty empty.
Any windows?
No windows.
That's the only door?
That's the only door.
Where are you taking us there? Librarian?
Thancred.
Thancred? Oh, Thancred's his name, yeah.
Just a little bit further. Good morning, Tataru. Good morning, Thancred. Is this the group that you went to go fetch? It is, it is. Very good. Do we have to replace anything over at the inn? Probably need to restock their supply of food. Maybe bacon, maybe some coffee. He stares at Harry.
And the limes.
Definitely the alcohol. What?
I forgot what I was drinking. Was it the rum? No, I wasn't drinking rum. You were drinking rum.
That was a scotch.
Scotch.
Yeah.
No brandy.
No, he looked at the bottle of scotch that you got there and probably should restock the alcohol as well.
Yes.
Yes, I'll make a note of it.
Make sure you order brandy for next time.
Sure. Person who I've just met.
Harry.
Welcome. She does not shake your hand. She just goes back to writing down something on a piece of paper.
Does she write down order brandy?
You have no idea. You can't tell. Are you looking at what she's writing?
I'm looking. 22. Perception.
The words that she's writing do not appear to make any sense. The only thing
Code.
that you could assume is that it's written.
Intelligence check. Can I break the code?
Try.
Yeah.
What was
9.
You have no idea. Doesn't make any sense. At least not on first blush. If you had more time with it, then maybe. Do come along.
Okay.
Right. So we're going down those stairs over there. And he leads you down the stairs. And you come to a door that he tries to open. He goes, right, it's locked. And then he does a thieves' cant knock on the door that you recognize.
And Deus too.
And now you recognize it's basically it just says open up, we're here.
Shave and a haircut.
Fuck off. Alright. Yes. And the door opens and you see an how do I describe him? He's a dark brown-skinned man with blondish hair. He has a tattoo of an X across his face, except it's not a perfect X. And he's wearing white armor with gold trim and has a sword. And the hair is kind of just like messy across his face. He goes, "Welcome back, Thancred, and to you. Welcome to the Waking Sands."
Oh.
Scar from Full Metal Alchemist. From what you described with
A
the
dark-skinned man with an X on his face.
I mean, Scar wasn't bad, dude. He was just fighting for the revolution.
That's not terribly wrong.
That's
Well,
right.
it depends on which Scar. If it's Brotherhood Scar, yes. If it's original anime Scar, he is
No,
just
it's
a
Lion
terrible.
King
Whoa,
Scar.
yeah.
It's
Is
the
he going to be
jackals.
prepared?
It's always the jackal. Hyenas.
They're making a prequel with Mufasa and Scar.
No,
Like,
why?
I don't fucking know. Someone just told me about it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
The story's done. The story's been told.
Yeah, I didn't think they needed to make a Toy Story 4. I thought Toy Story 3 was the perfect way to end it.
In that prequel, Mufasa is somehow an orphan.
Is that true?
What?
In the prequel, that's what I heard. Is that in the prequel he's an orphan, even though that doesn't actually match the book or the movies or anything, because it's a royal lineage.
I also
Right.
agree that they didn't need to make Toy Story 4. I don't think it added anything to
I still
the
haven't seen
series. It was
I wonder
okay.
if they're gonna explain why Mufasa's name translated means king and Scar's name translated means trash.
Their parents knew.
That's a real thing.
Yeah,
That's why he goes by Scar. That's not his name. His name in Swahili or something is trash.
That's fucked up. Jeez.
Mufasa, in the language that Mufasa is, that name translates to king. Scar is a
Doesn't Simba mean
nickname
prince?
of his
His given
Swahili name or whatever the language is.
Yeah, it's Swahili.
Translate, yeah, like Eric said, to trash or something. Yeah,
Doesn't Simba mean prince? So
yeah.
I think
or
so.
lion.
I don't remember on that
Prince
one.
or lion.
I'm not gonna lie. The older I get, the more I appreciate what was going on with Scar. I mean, he did some fucked up things, but you know, they were treating him like trash. They really did. Like, no love.
I will say,
Cam, the Fisher King.
even though I think that Toy Story 4 was superfluous and not needed, which is the same thing.
I only saw the first one.
I did like Lightyear. I thought Lightyear was really good.
I've been meaning to watch that.
I dislike Lightyear. I loved Toy Story 4. I didn't think it needed to be made. I thought it was really good.
Lightyear is the in-universe movie
That
that the
Andy
kids
saw.
that gets everyone excited
About Buzz
It's-
Lightyear, yeah.
So it
It's
is
very meta.
So Disney has made a movie about merchandising.
Yes. That's literally what they did.
Yep. And Eric, I think you told me that.
Like the 2080s.
You have Ronald Reagan to thank for that. By the way.
2077s.
He's the one who made it so it's legal to advertise to children.
All right,
He
well,
basically removed the restrictions for that.
You know what?
I love G.I. Joe and He-Man,
All
so
numbers came out and all that shit.
yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
Have
Shiro's cool.
all cartoons had to have like a message to it, which is why like after
Now
school
you know,
specials would
and
be
knowing
like,
is half the
so,
battle.
yeah, so like the Transformers would go fight someone and be like, "Hey, don't do drugs," and they go back to fighting.
Right.
But now they don't.
Eric told me they're making a Toy Story 5 about them in college.
About making money.
Yeah.
I think
as Jeff says, cash cows will be milked. Okay.
As
so,
all cows should be.
welcome to the Waking Sands. This is our base of operations here. And hopefully this will be your base of operations, because otherwise we'll be dead.
I
heard
what?
I missed that.
The jewel of the Vespa.
No, you didn't.
Jewel.
And he just walks inside.
Sounds like he wants us to kill him, but that's crazy.
Spies do act in very interesting ways.
Hey, girl, before I go in, I have a quick question for you.
Who are you asking?
Totter.
Girl at the front.
Okay, so you go back. What do you say to her?
Oh, yeah, I since you were getting supplies, I was wondering, someone told me I need to get some universal solvent because of glue. Do you guys happen to have that?
Universal solvent.
Yeah, I'd happily pay.
You might actually have some.
Yeah, if you have some, I'd be happily give you some money for it. I just need a little bit. My sword got stuck, and I'm not quite sure how.
She scoots out her chair and jumps off, and then what did you knock over? Oh,
Secret something.
how did you do that?
I don't know.
All right, well, it's all right.
Wasn't
Rude. So she jumps off her chair and then she just runs down where you came from, down the stairs, and through the door. And it looks like she's gonna go check on something. She doesn't really tell you where she's going.
Hey, thank you. And then I go back and join the party.
Okay, so you followed her basically.
Yep.
And then she runs off elsewhere. Well, if you're to meet Minfilia, you'll need to come into the solar this way.
I go. Well, my quarry awaits.
That sounds like you're for leaving.
Let's
It is. I got.
We're getting ready.
4 more minutes.
What was that, Sid?
let's be a little careful as we go.
Right. So when you walk in, it seems pretty lively in here. It's livelier in here than it is in Vesper Bay proper. There's a lot of people moving about and working. A lot of people giving the impression of not paying attention to you, but there's a lot of people like who the fuck are these people? Like, why
Are we in
they
a
here?
market? Where are
I
we?
know
You
the
are underneath a warehouse.
Oh, so we're in some underground
It's very much a
A
hidden
lively
location.
basement.
lively basement.
Very much a hidden
Would you
location.
say it's boisterous?
It is a wizard.
We're in the right
Good.
place.
Good.
Yeah. He says, there's plenty of time to look around after, but we've got a meeting, don't we?
Yes.
And this way. And he opens a door, and it seems to be an antechamber of some sort. When you go in, and standing there, reading a book, is Urianche.
Ah, it's you again. I think we've met.
Yes, you bet.
Okay.
It is gladdening to see that you have made it unharmed. I apologize.
Press her side.
What? Throw up.
He just kind of gives a confused look, but continues on. I apologize for the subterfuge, but for our organization's work, secrecy and redundancies are required. We needed to make sure that you would be somebody that we can trust to let in here. And for some reason.
After all we've done, he still trusts us. That's
Charming the bartender, drinking everything.
Well, those aren't disqualifying things. Those are just showing your usefulness. I'm just trying to show you what their thought processes may be.
We're savvy.
Yeah. So, I'm gladdened to see that you've arrived.
Me too, but what does subterfuge mean?
Kevin, don't worry about it.
Millie just points to herself.
Oh, can't speak in. Got it.
No.
Oh my God. That's
Oh, it's mutism. Okay.
So fast. You're so fast. I love it. Okay. Thank you for fetching them, Thancred. I trust you came to the same conclusion I did. Yes.
We're desperate.
Yes. I apologize for Uriange's manner of speech. It can sometimes be difficult to understand exactly what he's saying, but he's one of the good ones. And he just pats him on the back, like, gives him a big hit on the back. He's like, come on, the solar awaits. And he opens up a double door into what he called the solar. There's no windows in here, but it's well lit. Candles, and on the wall it appears to be part of a broken staff that looks like it belongs to what Papalimo had. And standing behind the desk in a weird fucking outfit that's very pink and white and has weird windows in them, like right above her ass, and yeah, yeah, it's
like a dancer outfit for not a dancer.
Kinda. Jess, you want to hook us up with a picture from
Where'd
Philia?
she get that?
Of course.
Thank you.
So, I think you can.
She turns around
We
and
didn't
says,
ask her.
"At last, Cliffside Inc. I'm in Philia."
Cast Hunter's Mark on her.
She actually just giggles. He would say that, would he not? I would
She
assume
dressed like that?
What?
Oh, maybe you should. No, okay, I'm not a fan.
This is in Philia. Chris, we added you to the group because we.
Oh,
realized
did you?
that-
Yeah, okay.
I do.
Were you
cast
were able to add
Hunter's
him? Because I tried and it said they're at max capacity.
Because I added him already.
Never
Mad
mind.
Monty.
Hey, don't worry, DX. She not pretty as you. Don't you worry.
Well, thanks. Thanks, KT. I appreciate that.
Well, we have a lot to talk about, and that's where we'll pick up.
Yeah, we did.
We
real
did
good.
it! We got there! Sometimes I wonder if we're gonna get past the bar.
You don't seem too happy to see her.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her.
I gotta bring her back.
wait, never mind.
I have to bring
Somebody-
her back to Gridania.
Somebody made a comment about like how they don't trust anyone in here or something like that, but
I think that was about the players.
Here's the thing.
I wouldn't trust her either. Yeah.
That's
I
Millie.
think that was the NPC that you were running.
well, I mean it's totally fair to assume that me as the DM is leading you into a false sense of security. I won't tell you this right now.
It's more exciting.
I don't mind fan service in video games, but that's a little much. Just cover her ass crack just a bit. I'm not even modest. It's just it's not like just men play the game. This is ridiculous.
Well, here's the only explanation that I will give for that, because it is possible for the players to wear incredibly skimpy outfits, but those are the players doing it, not the NPCs. Most of the NPCs are clothed. My only explanation for this is that she was one of the first characters that they designed and built a story around when they rebooted the game. And they were trying to bring back a lot of the people that they lost with the fiasco that 1.0 was before they rebooted the world.
Right.
So a lot of people speculate that the reason she's dressed that way and a lot of other things in A Realm Reborn are that way is for fan service to draw people.
It is fan service.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
it
like
makes sense.
the dancer class didn't even exist yet.
Right. But
I like.
to be fair, past A Realm Reborn, they have almost none of that. They actually treat most of their female characters with a lot of respect. So that's never been confirmed, but that seems to be the wide consensus of why she is dressed that way.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I find it very attractive. I'm all about a little anime fan service, but I feel like, come on, if this is gonna be a character in the game, like just treat her with a little more class.
But like David said, she's the only one until you start meeting dancer NPCs, which are heavily inspired by belly dancing. So at least it makes sense for those characters.
Anyway, good session.
Good session.
Oh, that is
Jeez.
good outcome.
Brian?
What was that, Eric?
I said, GG's.
Oh, GG's,
Well, that
yes.
means good game.
All right. Well, good night, everybody.
Well, we
Not all.
made a lot of progress. A lot of narrative progress.
I love watching Jess's face when I describe the character and she knows who it is. She gets this. She has. No
When you said a
poker face.
certain name, we were both chuckling.
What, Thancred?
The other one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that name's something.
This new time works for me, by the way. So thanks.
I like 6 p.m. and I hope
Yeah, we get a lot more done, I think, and then we don't have to keep.
I mean, the time works for me. It's just if I can get here.
Here's the thing. I want to start at 6 p.m., but even the fact that we set our start time at 6 p.m. and then people show up late to that, it's still
Yeah, because we actually started at
Yeah,
6
exactly.
instead of
Which
at
is-
7.
It's almost
when I
like
got
if we cut out some of the bullshit in the beginning, we can start on
No, that's
decent
not
hour, yeah.
I agree,
Kentucky.
Mhm.
but at the same time, it's like,
But yeah,
I would be like trying to fight the tides.
I'd rather have the
30
bullshit
cats.
there while we're just waiting on people to
Sure.
arrive, as opposed to.
Well, all
waiting
I'm
here.
saying is I cut my dinner short 15 minutes to get on the road.
I'm so
Oh,
That's all I was saying.
Oh,
So, no
we
problem.
kicked.
Wait. I feel bad for that. If that's
Well,
the
no,
case.
but the thing is I want you guys to get all the time in, so I don't mind if I'm a little bit late.
How long are your dinners normally?
It's more the travel time.
Yeah.
Like same for me, because I had to allot
Yeah.
at least
Was it
45 minutes to
particularly
be
bad
safe
today?
to get.
Well, traffic was bad today, but it's
because
not.
of the
But
time, or
well, no, it's not because of the time. It's because of the traffic was just bad. Sometimes it's bad. That's all.
And it rained a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it did.
Thunders.
Yeah, because the 14 is always crazy, which is what I said earlier, right? It's like sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's not. But
Well, I don't want you having to cut in dinner time tonight.
but it doesn't matter to me if you guys start on time and if you do. If you guys are running
don't
at
wanna-
6, run at 6.
You don't want to cut your dinner short so you could just listen to us talk about like.
Well, okay,
Soviet
yeah.
jokes.
Okay. So just to kind of like extrapolate a little bit, it's not dinner that I'm missing out on. It's time with my girlfriend that I'm missing out on.
Yes.
That's
what I went to. I don't want you to miss time with Diana.
right.
But
But if you guys start at 6, do it. I'll smooth in. Whatever.
well,
No big
I
deal.
would say that 6. I'd like to start at 6, like start playing at 6. But if we use that time just to get everything settled and set up, and then we start like at 6:15 or something like that, like actually playing, I'm totally cool with that because that's like 30 to 45 minutes earlier than we normally.
better.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye bye.
All right.
Have a good one.
I think realistically, the earliest I can reasonably be
you